Alright, everybody. Hello, hello. 2 streams? 2 days in a row? What? What is this? And I died right at the start of the stream. How is everyone doing? Hopefully everyone's doing well. Actually, let me just pull up the stream real quick on my end. So we're doing a lot of we're gonna be doing some setting testing today. I went through a lot of my settings. I looked up how to solve a lot of the issues that I have. The big issues being pixelation of the actual game. Like when, gameplay and whatnot. And then the other one is it always drops frames and the lagging of the stream after like an hour and a half. So periodically I'm gonna just I'm gonna go like this and just pause and just check on my end, see how everything is going. It's very possible as well that tonight's stream will be very much off and on, as I have to the stream won't close, but it'll lag out for a second as I stop streaming on my my OBS to adjust some settings and start streaming again back to the stream. So we'll see. That might be how today's gonna go. Maybe not. Maybe everything's great from the start and it'll be a smooth stream, knock on wood. Who knows? But I really want to try to get these stream issues situated, not because I'm necessarily planning on streaming consistently again, although that'd be great. But you know me. But just because, it's been 7.5, almost 8 years of these consistent problems on 3 different computers. So I know it's not like a hardware issue. It's got to be some sort of setting issue. So yeah, so that's what tonight's gonna be. Hopefully it'll be all smooth, but we'll see how it goes. Like the pinned comment says, I'll keep if the stream ever lags or just goes freezes, right? Stay in chat, stay here, unless I put in the chat otherwise that stream's over. Stay here. I'm probably just fixing things. Okay. So far, hello Jack, hello Cooper Goes. What's going on, guys? How's it going? Thank you for tuning in. Yes, the savers are fixed. All I had to do was put the Better Savers mod at the top. It was that simple. What's going on, Cooper? How's it going, man? Hopefully everything is going well. Also, guys, if you haven't already, hit the like button down below. It helps this stream. Okay, so it seems like there's no pixelation issue. The only issue I possibly see is the frame rate might be slightly lower than intended. But I don't know if it even looks that way to you guys. Trying to get your Battlefront 2 mods working again right now. Word. Yeah, if you guys notice anything throughout the stream, any sort of pixelation or blockiness, if you notice that the frame rate seems off or drops or seems slower than usual, let me know in the chat, please. I don't see, it's not criticism, not gonna hurt my feelings. I want to try to fix these stream issues that I've been having for years. So, yeah, if you guys notice anything, please let me know. And also, as always, let me know how the, ooh, double XP. Let me know how the, what's it called? Audio is, how the audio levels are. Things are going alright, have been hanging in there, is what it is. Alright, first phase of crate, you gotta play specialist. Oh my gosh, I'm so good. Woo! Good shot. So this isn't news, but I don't know if you guys saw. I don't know which Battlefront 2 developer, but one of the Battlefront 2 developers was like, yeah, we want to get the gang back together to make Battlefront 3. That'd be great. So, hey, you know how we were talking yesterday about one of the possible issues of making a Battlefront 3 at EA is that the people who worked on Battlefront 1 and 2, or Battlefront 2015, Battlefront 2017, they don't work there anymore. Or, sounds like they if they're asked to come back, sounds like they will come back. Now, that doesn't guarantee that if EA ends up deciding, or Disney, whatever, ends up deciding they want to do a Battlefront 3, that doesn't guarantee that they'll ask the developers back, necessarily. But, it's good to hear. It's good to hear that it's at least a possibility. You know, that'd be amazing. But it's still not the likeliest that Battlefront 3 will happen. Still a long shot, but it's not impossible. Doesn't mean we give up. Gotta do all that we can. So tomorrow sounds like it's gonna be the day. Like the big day that people are gonna try to get on. The YouTuber Bombastic is calling for as many people tomorrow to hop on Battlefront 2 as possible. So I'm gonna try to do at least one more stream tomorrow for that. It'll be during this time, so I don't know how much it'll actually impact the player counts, because I think that the goal is to get the peak player count to match or be higher than the peak back in 2020, which is like 104,000 or something. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know how likely that is, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, so tomorrow, hop on Battlefront 2. I mean, you know, hop on it whenever you want, but tomorrow sounds like it's one of the days to try to make our voices heard. They already did that for the Steam player count today. Did they really? Oh, I gotta look at that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm so curious to hear the console player counts. I think that console players, there might be more console players combined with, you know, PlayStation and Xbox. I'd be interested to hear about that. The thing is too, like, I have it through Epic Games. I don't have it through Steam. So, you know, me playing wouldn't count towards the Steam player count, but I have it through Epic Games because I got it for free with Epic Games a while back. I'm curious how many people also have it through Epic Games. So, you know, the Steam player count's just one metric. You gotta also take into account console players. You gotta take into account the Epic Games players, right? The people who just have it through the EA store, right? So, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know game design, game numbers, game statistics, whatever. But I would think whatever the peak is on Steam, maybe double it. Oh, that's fun. Double it, maybe. You see Ryan Reynolds pitch an R-rated Star Wars movie? I don't think it'll happen, but it's interesting. I did see that. I don't know if he said what the story was. If he did, I didn't see what the story was. But I did see that. I'm not necessarily opposed to it. There was a time where I was, and the more I thought about it, the longer that, you know, I thought about it over the years, the more I'm actually not opposed to it. The big argument that people give against R-rated Star Wars stuff is, like, Star Wars is for kids. And I don't necessarily disagree with that, but Star Wars now has expanded beyond just the main Skywalker movies, right? And because of that, I think there's room for projects for all ages. We have Young Jedi Adventures for the very little kids, Mandalorian, Mandalorian for like the family stuff, Andor for slightly above the family stuff, and then I think there's room for R-rated or TVMA projects. I don't necessarily think they should be that because of like nudity or anything. I don't see the need necessarily to drop F-bombs and whatnot, but you know, I don't know what would necessarily necessitate an R-rated Star Wars project. The gore and blood maybe, but with the Star Wars worlds, how much of that is there with lightsabers and blasters cauterizing wounds, right? So I don't know what would necessitate an R-rated movie. Maybe it's just themes, perhaps. That's possible. It's just the themes, but in that sense, I feel like you could really push PG-13 with the themes. But yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I just think it shouldn't be R just for the sake of saying it's an R-rated Star Wars project, you know? No idea how they can count all platforms, though. Yeah, we can't. The public, we can't. I don't think we can count the number of players through, like, console and EA and Epic Games and whatnot. That's something that they have on their back end, and that's about it. But they're seeing it, and that's really all that matters. The Steam metric is kind of, that's all we have, but it's at least something for us to point to and say, hey, you know, we're doing something. There's a lot of players. There's enough players, right? And if the Steam number is very high, then you know overall it's even higher, you know? I saw the Battlefront resurgence. I was hoping to get a notification that you'd be streaming. I was hoping to get one as well. I'm glad that I'm able to. I'm just glad there's a resurgence, period. I mean, you know, it never died. There's always been a consistent player base, but obviously it hasn't been huge for the past few years after they ended support. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving the resurgence. I'm not a businessman, so maybe the amount of resurgence we have right now, maybe it's still not enough to warrant the amount of money, you know, on a business side of things. But, you know, looks like there's a lot of people playing. Looks like there's a lot of people online that want it. A lot of content being made right now. A lot of comments being made. Content's getting a decent amount of views and engagements, right? People are playing. After this game, I want to look up that Steam number for what it hit today. All right, I'm gonna switch off of strategist because this. Yeah, the EA launcher. Yeah, exactly. People on EA launcher, people on Epic Games launcher, like I am. Like I said, PlayStation, and Xbox. You know, those don't go in with the Steam numbers. So it's very interesting. I'm very curious what their backend looks like. Them seeing and them seeing that it's probably. I also want to see it compared to the Battlefield numbers. That's what I'm always curious about. Not because I'm trying to like crap on Battlefield or bring down Battlefield, but they ditched support for Battlefront 2 for not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 Battlefield games. Stream is lagging. Okay, thank you. Okay, no frame drops on my end. Anyone else seeing the lag in the stream? No lag for you. Okay. Did it seem like dropped frames, possibly, Cooper? Or Jack? Could it have been, or not drop frame, sorry, low frame rate? Frame rate drop, that's what I was trying to say. That's possible too. Although I don't know why that would be. I mean, the game's running fine on my end, not that you know it's okay. Interesting. Thank you for letting me know, Jack. I'll keep a closer eye to it.
First order moving in on a key position in the mine hangar. We can't cede control.
Might just be you then. No worries. If it happens again, still bring it up. Because that's still good info for me to have. Damn, what did I get hit from? Oh, an ATST. Alright, fair enough. What do you think of the Thunderbolts? I think it's top 5 MCU for you. I don't think it's not top 5 for me. It's probably top 10. I don't have an exact list after my top 5. I'm doing a rewatch actually every week of MC. Well, actually now, you know, I planned out MCU projects leading up to Doomsday to do one a week. And now that Doomsday's pushed back, I actually need to push that back. I need to push back my watching. I was originally supposed to start last week with Iron Man, this week with Incredible Hulk. I totally forgot and didn't. I know it's in my top 10. Yeah, I really liked it. I really liked it. The only parts I didn't like were the standalone scenes with Val. I feel like whenever she just showed up without like Sentry or the Thunderbolts, I just kind of was like, oh, this is kind of boring. This is purely just to move the plot forward. But everything else was fantastic. Stream lags on my Battlefront 2 launch. Gotcha, okay. You need to dedicate more RAM to your browser. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, that's good to know. Sentry's new favorite character other than Star-Lord. Oh, wow. That is big praise. I liked him. I liked him quite a bit. I'm glad you enjoyed him that much. I know how much you like Star-Lord. Dude, this ATSD is going to kick our butt right now. Try to get some extra battle points here. Kind of all we're doing. There we go. Alright, that takes me to 4,000. There we go. I was planning on playing Battlefront 2 today, but I've recently started learning how to play the guitar. Oh, nice! And the tips of your fingers are numb from the pain. Haven't played a shooter since December. That's a decent amount of time. Good for you, man. I've been wanting to learn how to play guitar for a long time now. And I have one. I just am lazy. Well, lazy is the wrong word. It's not one of my priorities. And I have trouble making it one of my priorities to do. But I would like to one day. Bought one and was offered 200 more than I paid, so I sold it. Fair enough. Gotta do that. And now 3 years later, you bought another one. Nice. I hope that's been going well. That's awesome, dude. Holy crap! That took way too many shots. Got him. It's a lot of fun. You should definitely learn. I definitely want to. I want to learn how to play the guitar, and I want to learn how to play piano. Oh, jeez. Came out of nowhere, dog. Did not hear him until he was there. Unfortunate. Heck yeah, give me that final hit, baby.
First order commander now landing. Can't see who.
Can't shoot through that bow. Want to learn piano so I can play Billy Joel and Ellen John music? That's fire. That is so fair. Two of the goats for sure. Jeez, dude.
Our best hope just landed. Watch the order run.
There we go. There we go. Oh, that shield was blocking my shots. Son of a gun. Well, roughly 2 weeks in, I can play a few chords, but the hardest part by far is strumming. Interesting. Because of the different I don't even know what they're called. Strings? That's the proper term? Did we win? Damn. We did not win. Alright. I am going to check the stream again to see how the quality is. Okay. Okay. There doesn't seem to be pixelation, or at least the same amount of pixelation as usual. That's good. I do feel like the actual stream doesn't have, it has slightly less frames than my gameplay. But I don't think it's that noticeable. Seem to be doing well right now. Okay, cool. I heard Billy Joel had to cancel his tour for a brain disease he just got diagnosed with, and I'm really hoping he recovers so I can see him perform one day. Yeah, I saw that too. That's very unfortunate. All the best to him. I haven't heard that sound in forever. He's not on my... Oh, no, those are the equipped ones. John Mayer inspired you to get another guitar. If you haven't heard Neon live from LA, I highly recommend it simply because of how insanely good he is at playing the guitar. I'll have to listen to it then. I don't think I've heard that exact version. I'm sure I've heard that song before. I know John Mayer. Alright, I am playing as Assault for some reason. See how far I can get. Oh, that's right. You only a certain amount of rolls before the rolls recharge. I forgot about that. All right. Let me switch to Specialist. Okay, not gonna spawn on that guy. Oh, crud. Ah, grenade!
Sensors indicate an ATM-6 has been rendered defenseless. Backup requested.
Gotta find a good vantage point. That is out of territory. Damn, right when I took the shot. Peek! Peek! Peek out again, I dare you! I gotta kill somehow. Okay. Come on. Come on, Wombo. Wombo. Yeah, that's right.
You must defend it.
Ooh. Oh, I killed the same person twice in a row. Poor guy. He tried to run me over. Oh, I saw a name. Ooh. Didn't mean for that extra shot, but that's fine. What's up? Dude, imagine if I spawn killed that dude. Dang, that was too low of a shot. Oh, I see the head over there. Dang. Oh, wow. All the way on the flank. Yeah, that's a fair play. Started playing Jedi Fallen Order the other day. You're enjoying it so far? Really good game. Really like Jedi Fallen Order. I love Jedi Survivor. Absolutely love Jedi Survivor. Cal Kestis is not only just one of my favorite new Star Wars characters, just one of my favorite Star Wars characters, period. I'm definitely dead here. I'm way too far out. Yeah, that was a bad idea by me. I love those games. I recommend them to any Star Wars fan. Or really any game fan, but especially any Star Wars fan. Oh, crud. Oh, this is out of bounds. Okay, now I'm kind of out in the open. How far are you in Fallen Order? Where'd you get? I know you just said you just started playing it, so, you know, probably not that far, but I'm curious. Turn the jazz up a little bit. I can barely hear it. I don't really consider yourself much of a Star Wars fan, but I really enjoy it so far. Oh, interesting. Fair enough. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Wombo! Wombo, no! Poor guy. He just wanted to live. Yo, what's up, Zachary? How's it going, man? Yeah, it's been a while. It's been quite a while. I do remember you, bro. Of course I do. How have you been? How's it going? In 3 years, I know, dude. It's been crazy. It's been a long time. Doing some streams this weekend for the current Battlefront resurgence happening right now. Hoping that this shows EA and Disney that there's an audience for Battlefront 2. Hopefully it'll help maybe get one greenlit. I saw a video someone uploaded this the other day that was like, Battlefront 3 needs to release in 2026. Alright, let's chill out, dog. Let's chill out. 2026 is way too quick. If Battlefront 3 comes out in 2026, it means one of two things. It either means, one, it's actually been in development for a few years now that we just haven't known about. Or two, the more likely scenario, they rushed it out. We do not want a rushed Battlefront 3. We definitely do not want a rushed Battlefront 3. I would say the earliest, the absolute earliest, if this, you know, resurgence gets them to make a Battlefront 3 and gets them to greenlight a Battlefront 3, I'd say at the earliest that we should get the game, 2028. Absolute earliest. I know that sounds like far away. That's, you know, 3 years away. But we want that game to be good, right? We want the game to be really good. We don't want them to rush out. We want them to take their time. And there is so much content they should have in the game at launch, right? Everything from this game, but improved, you know, improved upon, obviously. But all the new content that's ended support for Battlefront 2 and now. And then all the content that just wasn't in the game at all. You know, all the characters from the prequels, from the originals, from Clone Wars, from the sequels, from everything that just wasn't in this game at all. They still gotta be added, right? They can't just rush it out next year. Earliest I'd hope to see a Battlefront 3 is 2028. At the absolute earliest. I do not want a bad game. I would much rather wait longer for the game and have it be better than have it release sooner and be worse and run into the same issue as Battlefront 2. Or one of the issues of Battlefront 2, where Battlefront 2 was not a finished game at release in terms of the amount of content in the game. You know, not having Anakin, Obi-Wan, Padme, right, in the game at launch. Terrible. Love this game. Love this game. Love this game. It's not the developer's fault, right? They had to rush it out to match the release of Last Jedi, right? I'm not blaming the developers. I'm not blaming anybody. But I'm just saying that's how it is. So happy playing right now? Nice. Nice. Just got to the planet after getting off the first planet with the X-Jedi. Oh, cool. It's so strange. When I connect to the other online part of Battlefront 2, your stream lags. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's got to be your internet connection then. I feel like if EA takes long to release it, the hype is going to die down, though, right? Yes and no. I mean, yeah, but also at the same time, as long as if they tell us it's happening, and they give consistent updates, that's fine. I mean, look at this right now. It's been 7.5 years since this game has released, right? And the hype has gone through lulls, but the hype is back. And it's going to be the same thing. No matter what, the game's going to take a while to release, right? They're not gonna see this resurgence, greenlight the game, and it release within 6 months to a year. That's just not realistic. It's not realistic. Especially also because you got to keep in mind this. Next gen, and this is crazy to think about, next gen's right around the corner. PS6, about it. There's probably no new Xbox. PS6 is right around the corner. PS6 probably releases in 2028, roughly. So Battlefront 2, Battlefront 3, they're gonna want to be optimized for next gen, right? Maybe they still release it on PS5 and Xbox Series X and whatnot, but they're gonna want to optimize it for PS6. So maybe they make it a PS6 launch title. That'd be hype too. So Battlefront 3 is not a game that releases right away, and it shouldn't be one that releases within a relatively quick span of time. We used to watch you in 7th grade, now in high school, bro. That's crazy. I know, man. It's crazy. It is crazy to think about the amount of time that has passed streaming and Battlefront 2 in general. Absolutely wild. I hope your high school experience has been good so far. Oh, duh, I forgot about this. I should have just went down here as Kylo Ren. Oh well.
Reinforcements landing. One of the Order's best operatives. Posting troops in the mine hangar.
Damn. Been active on YouTube other from Battlefront? I've done a little bit on the Marvel channel. Not much. I did a stream on the Marvel channel a few months ago for something. Forgot what it was for. It was for something. That's about it. I live streamed for San Diego Comic-Con
Secure the hangar.
on my Marvel channel. That's really about it. I haven't done YouTube a lot. Just for time purposes. Just for time purposes. I've got other things got to prioritize and responsibilities. I would love to be more active on this channel. Battlefront YouTube is where I feel most at home on YouTube. I love doing the Marvel stuff, don't get me wrong. Marvel stuff's great. The San Diego Comic-Con streams are great. I love doing them every year. I look forward to doing them every year, as the viewers look forward to coming in and watching them every year. And I'm super appreciative of that people, you know, look forward to annual stream of mine. But you know, Battlefront's always where I enjoyed YouTube most and feel most at home. So if this resurgence sticks for a little while, maybe I'll continue to do some content on this channel. Probably just, you know, a stream, maybe once a week, once every couple weeks, once a month, whatever. But maybe I'll do more consistent streams here. I mean, I've always said from the very beginning, as soon as they announce Battlefront 3, I'm back. As soon as they announce Battlefront 3 or another Battlefront game or another Star Wars multiplayer PvP game akin to a Battlefront, even if it's not called Battlefront in name, I'm back. I'm back full-time on this channel if and when that ever happens. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. Like I said, even if it does get greenlit and they start working on it, they're not going to announce it right away. Just in case there's any troubles that would cause for it to be scrapped. They're going to wait until they know for sure it's going to be released.
Got a resistance commander on site.
But hey, who knows? Who knows?
Seizing the hangar.
Who's going to be at the next San Diego Comic-Con, like actors or famous people? We don't know. Technically, the Marvel Hall H panel hasn't even been announced yet. Although, I'm assuming it's going to be... They're going to do one because it's the year before Doomsday. It's not the Comic-Con before Doomsday. Now the Doomsday got pushed back. There's still one more Comic-Con after this year's before Doomsday. But I'm assuming they're going to do another... I'm assuming they're going to go to Hall H this year. And I'm assuming it's going to be their typical Saturday night. So that would be, what, the July 26th, I believe? We lose on first phase? Or second phase? That's crazy. Yeah, we don't know. Oh, you guys aren't even here in the Jazz. It's not even coming up for you guys. Why is that? Oh, I didn't go. I didn't go to San Diego Comic-Con. I was at home, and I did a live stream covering all the news out of the Marvel panel. This is strange that the Jazz isn't picking up. I apologize. But wanting to start YouTube, I just haven't had the motivation to actually make my ideas a reality. It's understandable. Look, here's my 2 cents. There are things in life that we all want to do, but just don't do for time purposes or whatnot. YouTube might be that thing for you. there are things in life that we want to do and do very rarely, but when we do, it's fun. That could also be YouTube for you. And then there are also things we want to do that, we end up doing very consistently, and that could also be YouTube for you. I understand the motivation thing. I think it just kind of depends what you want YouTube to be. Do you want YouTube to be... Do you want to start YouTube for it to become some sort of income or career? Do you want to do YouTube to help support you in a different part of your life and your main career? Or do you want to do YouTube just for funsies? And if you want to do YouTube just for funsies, then I say, just do it whenever, There's no pressure to upload. There's no pressure to be consistent if you're doing it for fun. You're just doing it just for you. Asteroid, what's up, bro? Battlefront 3 moment. Let's hope, bro. Let's hope it's a Battlefront 3 moment. How's it going, man? Hopefully you're doing well. Long time no see. Here we go, phase 1. We go 327th. Not gonna lie, I need help getting Battlefront mods, bro. The Cody and Rex ones look sick. So with that, I honestly don't remember how to properly install... What do you even need for it? It's been so long since I've had it installed. You need Frosty Mod Manager. I genuinely don't remember how to properly install that. But that's what look up a video how to install Frosty Mod Manager for Battlefront 2. I also forgot which one I watched because it's been so long, but yeah, that's what why am I appearing on this? That's what we use. What is used? In the craziest year, how you been? Been all right. Been all right, hanging in there. I hope it's been crazy in a good way. Doing as good as possible. Never been to Comic-Con, but San Diego's super nice, and that's coming from a guy who hates cities. Fair enough. Yeah, I definitely want to go, just to see it, but also especially for Comic-Con. I would love to go to San Diego Comic-Con one day. Stream is lagging. Okay, stream is lagging. No drop frames on my end. Did it lag for anyone else? Thank you for letting me know, Cooper. For you guys just joining, this stream, I adjusted a lot of my settings for streaming because there's just been a lot of issues over the past 7.5 years, 8 years of me streaming. Gameplay being very pixelated, my stream dropping frames about an hour and a half through and just not working. Happened again last night. And I'm kind of tired of it, honestly. So today I spent a long time looking into the settings, trying to fix things. So I'm working on all new settings. So it's possible that a couple times throughout the stream will lag. The stream will just go will freeze as I end the stream on my end. It won't end on your end. So if that ever happens, just stay in chat unless I put in chat stream over. But there might be a couple times where that happens as, if any issues we run into, and I turn off the stream on my end so I can adjust settings. So I can't adjust settings while streaming. So I would have to end the stream on my end to adjust. So it's possible that happens. Also possible it doesn't. Maybe everything goes smooth. That'd be great. But just want to throw that out there. No lag, I'll go for you. Okay, must be urine. All good, all good. Thanks for letting me know, Cooper. Same with Jack. If it happens again, just let me know. Because that is so good. Good information for me to have. Yo, I'm on right now, and you have your friend race, so can I enjoy playing? Sure. Can you remind me what your friend name is? I can add you, invite you after the game for sure. Yeah, they're just letting me sit here. ZC Gooby, gotcha. Remind me after when this game's over, and I shall invite you. Alright, so this is kind of random, but have any of you guys watched the show How I Met Your Mother? I just started it last night. My friend's been telling me to watch it for years. I haven't because I heard the ending was bad, and because just I have my core sitcoms that I go and rewatch, so I wasn't really eager to watch a new sitcom. But last night I finally was like, you know what? I'll watch it. I'll watch like one before I go to sleep. And I ended up watching 5 episodes. I kind of hate how much I love it so far. And it's only the first 5 episodes of the show. Whenever you go, I'd highly recommend the USS Midway Museum. It's an old aircraft carrier with a bunch of fighter jets and helicopters on it. The history of the carrier is super interesting too. Sounds really cool. I've always wanted. There's so many of those throughout the United States, and I haven't gone to any. I would love to go to one of those kind of aircraft carrier museums. It's really one of your favorite shows of all time. You know, I figured it would be. I figured if anyone would have seen it, definitely would have been you. It's so cool to have a show, a sitcom especially, a good sitcom that I haven't seen. Like this is new content for me. I've seen clips here and there online, right? That's also gotten me intrigued in the show. I know like all the William Zabka, Cobra Kai bits that ended up spawning the show. I know there's a lot of Star Wars bits and jokes, which also got me to be interested in the show. But there's still a lot in the show that I just don't know and haven't seen. It's so cool because that's the thing too. A lot of sitcoms these days aren't good, and it sucks because peak sitcoms are peak. Like Parks and Rec, New Girl, Community. Modern Family, those are my favorites. Like they're so peak. Good sitcoms are so good, but sitcoms these days they're not the same. And it's so cool to have one that I haven't seen yet. I also haven't seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's another one the same friend has been telling me to watch, but for the same reason that I haven't seen How I Met Your Mother yet, I just haven't watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I might watch that one eventually too. I also want to watch All the Middle one day. I've seen a lot of that, but not all of it. Goldberg's I also really liked when it was airing, but I didn't watch all of that. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. It's almost better than Friends. I like Friends. It's as I watch more sitcoms, and as I watch more sitcoms as I get older, I don't necessarily like Friends less per se. I just find I like other sitcoms more, and that's very much true with The Office. I actually find the more I watch The Office, the more I dislike it. Because I know that might be blasphemous for Jack to hear. I remember Jack used to love The Office, but a lot of the humor on The Office comes from awkward and cringe moments, and I don't like that. I don't like that secondary embarrassment, secondary awkwardness that a lot of the Office humor. Office is still a great show. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying The Office is bad. I'm just saying in comparison to other sitcoms that I have seen and that are out there, I find that I like The Office less. I also gotta finish It's Always Sunny. I think I just finished season 3 of Sunny a few months ago. I gotta go back and finish that. It's Always Sunny is fantastic. Can't wait for the Maul show. I know, dude. That's so hype, bro. Darth Maul getting his own show. Sam Witwer still being... Oh, my gosh. Anything with Sam Witwer, sign me up. And if it's something with Sam Witwer and Star Wars, sign me up even more. Yeah. I'm so freaking excited for that. I think it's going to be so good. Have you seen Peaky Blinders yet, Dingo? I have not. It is on my list. I literally have a list of shows to watch that I'm going to try to get through this year. I just watched Severance for the first time. Well, I say that as though it's finished. You know, it's not. There's only 2 seasons so far. Love Severance. Severance got so good. I had watched the first episode a few years ago, Severance. Found it very slow and boring, so I never went back. Finally went back about a week or 2 ago. Started it, and was hooked immediately, and it just got better and better. So freaking good, bro. So freaking good. I also just watched a new show that came out on Netflix called The Four Seasons with Steve Carell, Coleman Domingo, Tina Fey, Will Forte. Pretty solid, pretty cute. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but I liked it. It's only 8 episodes, 30 minutes each. I really like everyone in it. I love Coleman Domingo. Anything he's in, I'll watch. It's solid time. The ending is bad, but the rest of the show is pure gold. That's what my friend said. That's what it seems like. And, you know, I don't know. I know the ending already, so I'm trying to... Oh, are you in the game? I don't, oh, you are in the game! Opposite team! Good luck. Good luck, Zachary. I'm trying to both at the same time. I'm trying to forget the ending while watching, but at the same time, I'm also trying to think of the ending while watching to see if I can sort of enjoy it more, if that makes sense. It's kind of the same thing with Game of Thrones. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen Game of Thrones, so I'm not going to talk about the Game of Thrones ending in case you guys haven't. I don't want to spoil it, because it's, in my opinion, still the greatest show of all time. I do not think there's one character ending that I think is very bad. Everything else about the Game of Thrones ending, I actually don't think is bad at all. Is it the most ideal ending? Probably not. Probably not. Is it the ending they were setting up the whole time? Probably not. But it's not. Other than the one character ending, it's not necessarily the bad ending. I think what happened there, and you guys have heard me talk about this before, if you've been on my streams in the past, I think it's a very similar experience to what people have with, say, like, Last Jedi and Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. Not trying to discredit people's opinions. It's totally okay to dislike the Game of Thrones ending. It's totally okay to dislike Last Jedi. It's totally okay to dislike Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Totally okay. I'm not saying that you're wrong if you dislike it, or that this is you, necessarily. But this is just something that I've seen. A lot of people with those projects built up these expectations in their head. You know, they had these theories for Luke Skywalker. They had these theories and expectations for the cameos in Multiverse of Madness, right? And when those theories and expectations inevitably weren't met, it was automatically bad, right? Game of Thrones, I think, was kind of the same way. There were all these theories for, inevitably, all these theories for years, and expectations for years for what the ending is going to be. And they weren't that. So automatically, it's bad, right? When, in actuality, when you watch the show all the way through, at least, look, I also had a different experience. I didn't watch the show from day one. I watched the show, I binged seasons 1 through 6 for the first time, and then season 7 when that released, and then season 8 when that released. So, my first experience of the show was fresh in my mind while watching the last 2 seasons. And, honestly, a lot of the stuff is not out of character. Like I said, there's only one character ending in Game of Thrones that feels out of character and out of place. Everyone else, again, maybe not the most ideal, but it's not the worst ending in the world. It really isn't. In terms of just purely being consistent with the characters. So, to bring everything back full circle, part of me is also watching How I Met Your Mother with that in mind. With like, okay, let's kind of see if the ending does make sense. And I'm not gonna say what the ending is for How I Met Your Mother either, but also, you know, in these first 5 episodes, I'm not saying the ending is good, but there is precedent for what happens. There is precedent for what happens in the end of How I Met Your Mother. As far as I'm aware right now. Again, I could feel differently once I actually finish the show. I haven't watched The Office in 2 or 3 years. Fair enough. Still love it, though. Fair enough. My 2 comfort shows are How I Met Your Mother and Gilmore Girls, which you just started watching. I tried to watch Gilmore Girls. I wanted to. I wanted to like it. I watched the first episode, got halfway through, and was like, dude, this is it. I mean, I was watching, I was like, whoa, this is taking so long. It's what, an hour episode? I was like 20, 30 minutes through, and it felt like an hour and a half. So, I don't know if I'll ever check out Gilmore Girls. Unless, say, my future partner, here, join, just because I'm streaming, join mine. If possible. I did send you an invite. Yeah, unless my future partner likes Gilmore Girls, I don't see me revisiting that, or just visiting that, I guess, anytime soon. Alright, there's still, I feel like the gameplay's not as crisp still as other channels and other streams, but it's nowhere near as bad as before, and that is a win. So far, so good. Knock on wood. Alright, I'm actually gonna try Starfighter now that I'm in this area. I want to see if there are lobbies. Peaky Blinders might be the best thing you've ever watched. It's honestly so good. I've heard it's great. I definitely do want to check it out because I did really... I'm going to start from the beginning when I go back and rewatch it. Because it's been a while, but I did really like it. All good, Zachary. Just see if you can join me then, if that's okay. Just because I'm streaming, I want to be able to have full control of, what I play, if that makes sense. If that's okay. Alright, I wanted to lock in for a second. I see your message, Cooper. I am not used to playing this on a keyboard and mouse. I'm used to playing it on a controller, and I'm goated on controller. But as you can see, I'm quite bad on keyboard and mouse, but I just want to try it because it's been so long. Multiverse of Madness was the wrong title. It wouldn't have been as hated if it had been called Multiverse of Madness. That gave the impression that there would be more multiverse elements than there really was. I genuinely love Multiverse of Madness. I think the movie's great too. I really like the movie. Okay. You know what? I'm quitting. I'm quitting. I'm not playing that on keyboard and mouse. That's terrible content for you guys. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna put you through watching that. We're just gonna go back. We're just gonna go back. Galactic Assault. I don't know if I think that's the issue. I think that's part of the issue. I don't think you're wrong, but I think it's more than that. I think it's a combination of that and also internet culture. And when I say that, I mean the leakers and scoopers, quote unquote, who were claiming all these different cameos, and that spread like wildfire, but also just stupid ass content creators that made videos and theories about every little possible thing. And because everyone is so chronically online these days, people took those videos as gospel. So when Tom Cruise doesn't show up, they're like, what the hell? When in reality, Tom Cruise was never going to show up. There's no way in hell. Now, there's a chance he shows up in Secret Wars. That's not out of the realm of possibility, but let's be clear. He was never going to show up in Multiverse of Madness. Sixrees Boy, I apologize if I pronounced your name wrong. Thank you for tuning in. Nice to have you here. Welcome to the stream. How active are servers now? They're pretty active. Mostly during the afternoon, night, just with work and everything. I tried to hop on some servers this morning, and it wasn't super active, but I think just because, it's a weekday. People have work, people have school. But they're pretty active. I just found a Starfighter Assault game. And I think that's the biggest tell. You could rarely find Starfighter Assault games. And I just got one. The servers are still decently active, even, before this weekend, on just regular weekdays, regular weekends. They're still fairly active. This game still has a pretty decent active player base. But this weekend especially. It's going pretty good. And I love it. I love it. Oh. Now we're dropping frames. Okay. We coming back? We're in the yellow? We're in the yellow? Are we good? We're back in the green? Okay, we're back. Don't know why that happened. Actually, I learned something that I might be able to see why that happened. Missed frames due to rendering lag. Skipped frames due to encoding lag. Okay. Interesting. Alright. Apologies about that. Back at it. Just had to check. Happy to see it's getting trashed again. Me too, man. Me too. I really hope this means that Disney, EA, whoever, season's like, hey, maybe we should make Battlefront 3. That'd be great. What GPU do I have, Dingo? I have a 4080. And I honestly don't know my CPU. It's a good one, though. It's one that's active, or compatible with the 4080. I kind of built my whole PC around the 4080. Stranger Things 5 teaser releases next Saturday. Ooh, interesting. Oh yeah, right, with Tadum, right? The Netflix event. I'm very curious to hear about the release schedule. I would be so pissed if Season 5 goes into 2026. So pissed. I think that is so unnecessary. Splitting into 2 parts, both in 2025, like a month apart. Alright, word. Fine. Going into 2026? Nah. Don't do that. Hell yeah, Beast. Well, in theory, it should be. In theory, you're right. But that's why I know it's a settings issue with the stream and not hardware issue. Because I went from streaming on a laptop with absolutely... With no GTX card, or no RTX card, it was a GTX card. Then streaming on a PC with a very, very early RTX card. Then streaming on a laptop with a slightly later RTX card. And now I'm on... Or GTX card, sorry. GTX card. And now I'm on a 4080, right? And the same stream... The same drop frames, the same blurriness that's been happening for 8 years is still happening. So I know for a fact it's a setting issue. I know it's not a Wi-Fi issue as well. I've done speed tests. Which have decently fast speed for Wi-Fi. I know it's not that, so I know it's a setting issue. So that's why I'm at my limit with settings. So I'm just gonna keep testing back and forth at this point. Because not only for this, but mainly for the San Diego Comic-Con streams. Because those streams are important. Those streams are very important for a lot of reasons. One, because it's a stream that people subscribe to and come to and look forward to every year. Those are very important streams that I really cannot have lag. Because as soon as the stream lags and freezes and goes down for a couple seconds to like a minute or two, everyone leaves, right? So it's very important for that. Also, candidly, it's the only piece of YouTube content bringing any kind of income right now. Because those are monetized. So, more people that leave, less views, less revenue. Right? It is very... And also, more people leave, less the stream is pushed out later. Less viewers, less subscribers. Right? Less momentum it builds for my channel if I want to continue on that momentum. So, it's very, very important for those streams that everything is good. So I also just really want to... I don't want to have to be testing then, if that makes sense. I want to make sure everything is good and ready before then. So it can just do what it's supposed to do and just be a fun, chill, relaxed stream like it should be. Unless you're playing in 4K, then you should be able to stream and play with no issues. Even then, I should be good. I think I am actually playing in highest quality. That could be an issue. But, the stream output is 2K, not 4K. And that's for... This is, like, really inside baseball right now. I learned today that YouTube has 2 different encoders. One for 1080p and below, and one for 2K and above. The 2K and above encoder is better. And that encoder you only get with 180 if you get a lot of viewers. I don't, which is fine. So I have to I'm forced to stream in 2K minimum, so the stream doesn't become, the gameplay doesn't become all blocky and pixelated. I think that was the issue. That's what Google and Reddit told me was the issue for the blockiness and pixelation with the gameplay. The dropped frames, that was totally a setting issue. Now I know what just happened then. It happened very briefly, came back, so I'm gonna chalk that up to just being a quick blip. Maybe it is too high graphics. I'm gonna continue on these graphic settings. If it happens again, then I might drop the graphics. If it doesn't happen again, I'm gonna drop the graphics if I do a stream tomorrow regardless, to see if it happens at all. Because then that would test to see if that's the issue. My current hypothesis is that all my settings now are good in terms of OBS settings. My hypothesis is the reason for that dropped frames was either just, you know, it happens. It could just be a thing that happens, right? It could just be one of those quick moments where the GPU or OBS or whatever just bugged out. No big deal. It's either that, some Wi-Fi issue with some, you know, something else going on, something else connected to the Wi-Fi, or maybe I'm running these at too high graphics. I think it's one of those three is my hypothesis. I think all my settings now at this point are what they should be. So we'll see. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. In other news that you guys don't really care about, I hit Grandmaster today in Marvel Rivals. That's dope. So I'll get a Crest of Honor next week. Hoping to... the goal is to reach Eternity. I haven't peaked Eternity. I peaked Celestial. But I really want that gold crest because it's an X-Men crest, and I love the X-Men. But... do you update your GPU drivers consistently? That can cause major issues if you don't. Whenever it pops up saying there is an update, I do. I have the most recent version. I have the most recent driver. Or game driver. That was another thing, too. For a long time, I had studio drivers. I was using studio drivers instead of the game drivers because the main thing I use my computer for is, like, editing, VFX stuff. So, studio drivers helps more with that. But I figured right now, because I'm streaming, playing a game, I'm using game drivers. Yeah, I have the most recent game driver right now. So, fingers crossed, everything's good.
Our evacuation transport's heading out, and the stormtroopers get nothing.
That happens again. I also heard that variable bitrate could work. Might maybe switch that. Highest Grandmaster compared to Rocket League or Valorant. Compared to Valorant, ooh, okay. I wouldn't know the Rocket League. Compared to Valorant, well, Rivals has, it goes bronze, silver, gold, plat, diamond, Grandmaster, Celestial, Eternity, one above all. So that's what? In Valorant, it's iron, bronze, silver, gold, plat, diamond, ascendant. Oh, my game just crashed. Ha! You guys can still hear the stream, yeah? Game just crashed. I'm logging back in. I apologize for that. Yeah, so I think it's equivalent of like Ascendant-ish. I think Valorant has Rivals has one more rank, I think, than Valorant. No, it's because Rivals doesn't have iron. Yeah, so it's about the same as Ascendant. You can hear you good? Okay. I apologize about that. Alright, let me actually just do a test now then. Let me bring down the graphics settings real quick. Yeah. Graphics quality. Yeah, all these are ultra. Let's bring this down to... Let's be on high. See if that does anything. Let me know if you guys notice a graphic difference. Like, doesn't mean it's bad. Let me know if you just notice a difference in graphics. It's always Takodana. The first game you always spawn into in God Soul is Takodana. Yeah, let me know if you notice a graphical difference. Doesn't mean it's better or worse, but just want to know if there's a difference. Oh, so we have 5 likes also. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Oh, there is apparently a hacker in this game. Or not a hacker, just some loser. Leave the game. Alright. We're gonna leave the game. If you need a tank main, I got you. I actually technically am a tank main, although I fill every game. Oh, game just crashed again. Okay, let me run as administrator. This is very interesting. Who's my main in Rivals? I'll give my main for each rank, for each class. My mains for tank, Emma, Cap, Strange. Those are also my tank lords. My main for DPS is Reed. It was Wanda for the longest time. I just don't use her anymore. She wasn't viable in comp until this past season with the new team up, and I still play her every now and again when I can. But I rarely am on DPS because I just feel Reed, Wanda. I'm Wanda Lord. And then supports, my mains, Cloak and Dagger. I'm using a lot of Invis right now. A lot of Invis. Luna. Decent with Rocket. I have Lord on Loki. I don't love Loki, but I've been using him a lot more because of Dive. He's a great counter to Dive. And I have Lord Loki, Lord Cloak and Dagger. I'm Centurion right now with Rocket, halfway to Lord, and I'm almost Centurion with both Invis and Luna. I don't have a life when it comes to rivals. I'll tell you that much. Battlefront 3, what's up, Jamie? How's it going, man? Welcome back, How's it been? Hopefully you've been doing well. Yeah, bro, they really want you to play the sequel trilogy maps. Every time you play Galactic Assault and load in, it's either Takodana or Krayt, and then you go right into the next one after. Wanda Germain? That's fair. She's good. Wanda players get too much hate. It's hot take. They get too much hate. Wanda, at face value, seems like a very cheese character, right? Because of her beam, you don't necessarily have to be aiming on them for them to hit. But Wanda's damage, not counting her team up, her new team up, Wanda's damage is terrible. Wanda's base damage absolutely sucks, and you have to hit with her right click. You have to aim with her right click to actually hit. Now her team up is overpowered. Her team up lasts way too long. However, same thing, your crosshair does have to be on them with the team up. What people should be complaining about with the cheese is Namor. Namor does not take skill because of his squids, and also because his trident projectile is so... we're inside. I shouldn't be going special, so what am I doing? His trident is such a big projectile, you'll hit. And it does a lot of damage. Namor is the actual cheese. Wanda mains get too much hate. Sounds like you when you were playing Apex. Fair enough. You had no life for 6 months. Yeah, that's about me right now with Rivals. Rivals came out beginning of December. I've kind of no-lifed it since then. In 6 months, I already have like 400, 500 hours. Yeah. It's not... the game's great. Me having that kind of addiction, that's not great. Okay, that guy's lagging. You see, everyone want to play Battlefront 2 tomorrow? Hit me up somehow. Got you. And the ult for Wanda is so easy to counter. Oh, it's so easy to counter. It's so easy to counter. Yeah, her ult is one of the worst ults in the game. It's great when it hits. When a Wanda ult hits, it's goated. Wanda ult's ceiling is so high, but it's so easy to counter. Whereas Namor's ult, so overpowered. What do you mean I can't dash out of it as Rocket? What do you mean I'm stuck inside it? Oh my gosh. It's so... and you get it quickly, too. Yeah. I play Namor a decent amount when I have to play DPS for that reason, just because he's also meta right now, but... nah, dude, he's got to get nerfed. I honestly was having so much fun in Apex when you're with your buddy when I'm compared to the old Battlefront days. That's fair. Oh, jeez, I thought the game was over already. No, that's fair, that's fair. Yeah, OG Fortnite, Black Ops 2. Even, yeah, early Apex was the same. I played a decent amount of Apex in the beginning as well. I understand. Excited to play Ultron next week. I was until his gameplay. I think he still looks good. I'm definitely gonna try him. But he feels similar to like Adam Warlock and Mantis, where they're just DPSs in disguise. They're wannabe DPSs. If you main them, just play DPS and just let someone else play support. I could be wrong. Like, for all we know, Ultron's healing is great. Ultron's ult is already better than both of their ults. Ultron's ult heals allies and does damage to enemies. Adam Warlock's ult Worst ult in the game, hands down. I'm the biggest Adam Warlock hater, by the way. In Rivals. I don't hate the character like I hate Squirrel Girl as a character. I hate Adam Warlock in Rivals. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Every time I get Adam Warlock, I get so upset because he does not have consistent healing. And at least from his brief gameplay reveal, it also seems like Ultron does not have that consistent healing. But, you know, haven't played as him yet. Haven't seen, like, streamers haven't shown off the gameplay. We just saw the quick reveal video. Could be wrong. But right now, I'm not super excited for him. I'm not as excited as I was before. I think heal's gotta be consistent. Friend who's really good at healing with Adam Warlock. Good Adam Warlocks are fantastic. One of my friends is also really good at Adam Warlock, and he hates that I crap at Adam Warlock so much because he's like most of the time Adam Warlock main. But he just likes playing DPS. But the thing, he can hit his headshots. If you hit your headshots with Adam Warlock, you get your healing back. Same with Mantis, right? Oh, I got a visual glitch. Oh, that is weird. Oh, that is trippy. Okay, I don't want to deal with that. I want you guys to deal with that. We're going out. That's a really weird glitch. But the thing is, 99% of Adam Warlocks and Mantises can hit their headshots. At least I play on console. So at least on console, can hit their headshots. So whenever I get one on my team, I get pissed. Because they usually don't add any value, and we lose. But alas, that is just me and my experience. Damn, that song went hard. I'm so sad that you guys can't hear the freaking jazz right now. It is popping. I don't know why you guys can't hear it. I didn't touch any of the settings. It was just working yesterday. It's such a vibe. It's such a vibe. I gotta go to a jazz club with my buddies, man. Those seem like such like the place. We need a third place. Okay, this is such a freaking tangent, but we're streaming. I gotta talk, right? I gotta entertain you guys somehow. There was a video that I watched on YouTube about 6 months, a year ago, called "The Death of the Death of the Third Place" or something like that. And what that means is, back in the day, you know, without the when there wasn't the internet, there was a third place. Third place, the first place being your home, second place being school or work, and the third place being the third place you would go to in your life for fun, you know, to get away from things. Commonly in sitcoms, it's a bar, right? So that'd be the How I Met Your Mother bar. It would be Central Perk. It would be... I don't think of other examples. Can't think of other examples from other shows. But, you know, even something like that. A bar. Whatever, right? People don't have third places anymore. I include myself in that. I don't have third place. I don't have a third place. I never had a third place. My places were school, my house, and my friends' houses. Technically, that would be a third place, but I count friends' houses with... Like, it's not a consistent third place. And that's the thing, right? We need to bring back third places. We need to bring back in-person interaction. Maybe I'm sounding like a boomer right now, but it gotta be third place. There's also no good third places around me right now, which is another issue. You gotta build third places. I would love if there was a local jazz bar. Oh my gosh, local jazz club. The way I'd be there every single day, practically. Holy crap, bro. I yearn for a jazz bar. I yearn for jazz. Genuinely. Sounds just such like an old man right now when I say that, but it's so true. Jazz is so peak. I want to get better with Starler, but I don't love his playstyle. It's not that I don't love his playstyle. I just am on console, so it's harder to be precise. I just made a PC account a few weeks ago so I could play comp with my PC friends. Dude, it's crazy the difference. When I play on PC, my aim immaculate. I pop off as Punisher and Star-Lord and Hela and whatnot. On console, I can't hit anybody as those characters. I've been adjusting my settings. I've been hitting more with them. Oh, jeez. Am I getting sniped on Hawk? I've been getting better with my aim as those characters on console, but nowhere near as good as PC. But I feel you. I actually really like his playstyle. I think Star-Lord could be really good. I just gotta learn how to aim. The fighter jet sim I was telling you about yesterday takes up over 700 gigabytes to storage your PC. Holy crap. That's crazy. 700 gigabytes for one game? That's insane. You did say it's really high quality, though, so I bet it's worth it. We play something, bro, like all of us. Well, on this stream, we stream Battlefront only. And off stream, I don't play much video games. And it's at very weird hours. I gotta be responsible. Adulting has to adult, you know what I'm saying? Easily get it to double that. That's crazy, bro. That'd be crazy. At 1,400 gigabytes, that's over a terabyte for one game. Wild, wild. GTA 6 probably is not gonna even be that big. Also, by the way, who's excited for GTA 6? Holy crap, that trailer? Oh my gosh. Hey. We won't know till we have it and we're playing it, but seems to be worth the wait. And I know the big rumor right now is that GTA 6 will cost $100. At this point, worth. And that's the only game I'll ever say that for. In my friend group, I consistently crap on Mario Kart 8 or Mario Kart Worlds being $80. I think that is terrible. I think that's setting a terrible precedent. I think that is so greedy, and it's so because they know you're going to buy it regardless. And they want it anyway. GTA 6 being $100, sure. That's definitely a part of it. Not going to deny it. But GTA 6 looks like genuinely it could be the greatest game of all time. Like, those graphics, that's what next-gen graphics should have been. There's really not a big jump in graphics from PS4 to PS5. GTA 6, that's a big-ass jump, bro. The fidelity in a lot of the graphics, like, you might not understand if you don't know a lot of gameplay or graphics or CGI or whatnot, but the things that they're doing, like, the dew buildup on the beer glasses and everything, it's just, the reflections, this, oh my, the sweat on the people, it's crazy. Oh, it's so impressive. Whereas Mario Kart Worlds, what? They just made the maps open to roam? Like, that's just like that's like, look, this on Battlefront right now. Those mountains, those are in the game, right? That's just like if they made that, oh, we can go walk up there. Okay. That's what you already have those assets. That's already a part of the map. You're just taking down some barriers. Does that make it deserve to be $80? I don't know. I'm also not a huge Nintendo guy. Not a Nintendo hater. I'm just not a Nintendo guy. So maybe I'm just not the right audience. I'm just talking out of my ass. But, like, that's kind of what it feels like to me. Haven't watched GTA 6 trailer. Oh, dude. Honestly, if you plan on getting it and playing it, if you haven't seen the trailer, maybe don't. Maybe that way you go in more blind and you're even more blown away by how it looks. Currently have a map of East and West Germany that is 150 gigabytes by itself. Great. Oh, okay, I get you. Okay, it's the maps that are that much. That's fair. That's fair. Has all old air bases and missile sites. There's one with all the Afghanistan, which is 120 gigabytes. Iraq is 100 gigabytes. Keep going. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, gooning to Lucia? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Some of us are older. Some of us don't goon. You know what I'm saying? I see the appeal. I'll say that. I see the appeal. I don't know if I condone gooning now. You can grill me on that. Dingus Bringus does not associate or condone gooning. Not defending though, because it's so badly optimized. Hey, that's fair. Playing Sniper Simulator or Star Wars. That's such a valid thing to say. Especially on Hoth of all maps. Like, I get Crate. Crate Phase 1, you kind of have to snipe. Here, though? Really? Hoth? Oh, dude, those airstrikes are insane. I said it yesterday, too. I'm going to say it again. Look how beautiful this game looks. Also, I mean, speaking of, from my perspective, dropping the graphics down to Ultra from... Or dropping the graphics down to, what, High from Ultra, I really don't notice a big difference. You guys notice a difference? You can disagree. You can say that you do notice a difference in graphics. I gotta work on that, too. I gotta work on make sure I enunciate and be more clear when I speak. That's something I've struggled with my whole life, but that includes all of me doing YouTube, is I speak really fast. You guys have noticed, you guys obviously know this, you've been watching for years. I speak really fast. And words get slurred and mumbled together a lot. I need to learn to enunciate and make my words clear. I don't have to talk fast for people to listen. I think that's also where it's a subconscious thing from childhood, growing up, where I felt like I would have to talk really fast to hold people's attention. I'm going off on such a tangent again, but like I said, it's what streamers do. Gotta keep talking somehow. I have found in recent years, it's gonna get kind of deep, low-key. It's gonna get kind of deep. Deep talks with the deep right now. I found in recent years that there have been moments where I'm talking with either family members or friends or even strangers or friends of friends, you know, which I guess would be strangers, but friends of friends, where I'm telling a story. It literally just happened like a few weeks ago. I'm telling a story, and I feel like I'm going on for a little while. I feel like I'm giving too much details. I feel like, oh, this is at the point of me telling a story where people would either chime in with their own thing and they would stop listening to me, or they would just kind of seem disinterested and try to end the conversation. But I noticed that, oh wait, no, these people, they're genuinely listening. Like they're still invested. And there was moments where I'm like, whoa, I don't need to rush. Like, people actually care. They're actual nice people. And I think I have to verbally remind myself sometimes that, hey, like, you don't have to rush through your speaking. It's okay to tell the story or say what you want to say. You don't have to rush. Anyway, kind of a tangent there, but deep thoughts with the deep. Am I going crazy, or were you really big into World War II? Yes, I wouldn't call myself a World War II buff necessarily, but it was definitely one of my favorite subjects in school. Here's available, still next number in play. All right. Excuse me, if I like one of these, I can still afford one of those. No difference in quality for you. Cool. Yeah, okay. So I don't need to play on the highest quality graphics. That should help, in theory. That should help. Damn, I really thought I was doing good damage there. I really thought I was doing good damage there. How are we doing with this? Yeah, so there might be moments where I re-say things that I've said to try to mentally build that habit of enunciating and not rushing through my sentences or rushing through words. So I apologize in advance if that ends up getting annoying. I mean, obviously, you can just leave. It's a stream. I'm not saying I want you to leave. I'm just saying, like, obviously, you're not forced to listen to that, but just putting that out there. Who's on me? Who's shooting me? Damn. How are we doing here? Oh, yes! Close quarters, so we're gonna spam Anakin. Let's go. You might think this is pretty cool then. I got to see a Lancaster bomber, 2 P-51 Mustangs, and a Spitfire flying last year. Oh, that's so cool. There are only 2 Lancasters still flying. That is so cool. I am so jealous. That sounds like an awesome experience. You know what I learned about World War II a few months ago when I watched the movie Fury for the first time? Really, pretty good movie. But there's obviously, you know, a couple battle scenes in that movie. The first battle scene happens, and the Germans and the Americans are firing back and forth at each other. And it looks like they're shooting Star Wars lasers. And I'm like, what? Well, thank you, Zachary, for tuning in. I appreciate it. Glad to see you here. Yeah, hopefully I'll be streaming more, so hopefully I'll see you around again. But if not, hope you do well. But yeah, it looked like that they were shooting Star Wars blasters, like the green and red. Literally the green and red. Like, oh, that is so weird. Like, this is taking me out of it. So I literally paused the movie to look up Star Wars lasers in Fury. And sure enough, that's actually historically accurate. I think they're called tracer rounds. And those tracer rounds would actually look like lasers. And obviously, now knowing that, that is what inspired the laser look of Star Wars. The green and the red. I just found that so interesting. Obviously, I knew that a lot of Star Wars was based off of World War II and Well, the designs of Star Wars based on World War II, the actual story and politics of Star Wars based on based on Vietnam, and that political climate. I gotta lock in with heroes. I'm notoriously bad at lightsaber combat. And lightsaber 1v1s in battles like this. I really want to try to lock in and get good. Crap. I say that and I die immediately. I think Marvel Rivals is the only game I've ever consistently gotten 20 or more kills per game. You just went 28 for 8. Nice, dude. It always feels so good to get a high kill game in Rivals. My highest when I started, oh my gosh, this is cheating. Like this shouldn't be allowed. One of my early games when I played on my PC account a few weeks ago. So obviously I'm in like new lobbies, bot lobbies pretty much. As Punisher, I think I went like 57-3. It was nasty. It was actually disgusting. I felt kind of dirty afterwards. But most of the games in the early stages were like that. I had like a 47-something game as hella. Yeah, it was quite gross. Damn, who got us? Oh, Sonic Imploder. That's fair. Damn, I really would. You know, after this game, I might try to get the jazz working. Because I also kind of want that to be, like, one of my signatures on YouTube. This dude likes jazz. This dude always has jazz music going in the background. His streams are cozy. His streams are a chill, relaxed time. The jazz sets the tone, you know? You hear jazz, you think chill, you think relax. You think this is a place where I can go to just not worry. It sets the tone. There's no jazz. I'm just another typical Battlefront streamer. You know, what sets me apart from anyone else? No one else has the jazz playing in the background. Unless you guys hate the jazz. If you guys are like, yo, the jazz freaking sucks, don't play the jazz. Then I won't play the jazz. Then fair enough. Oh, we still fall back? That was on purpose. I wanted to respawn. Of course. I knew that I needed to be a Wookiee warrior. hence why I did that, so I could then spawn in as a Wiki Warrior. There's some Alan Jackson. I'm gonna discredit myself here. I don't know who that is, at least by name, and I also don't know if his music is copyright free. All the jazz music that I play, kind of expose myself here, is free jazz music from YouTube, from the YouTube Music Library. Oh, he's a country singer. Oh, I definitely don't know that. I'm not into country. Country is like the one genre of music I don't listen to. Country and like EDM kind of techno stuff I don't listen to. All right, we're gonna get rid of that. Remove. Okay, I'm gonna try to add the jazz. It might be loud for a couple seconds once I add it. No, it's still not working. That's so fascinating. Alright, let's exit out of it and bring it back up. The same way, you know, the last you got hooked. You heard it. Oh, you heard it. Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Let me bring it back up. Take it from the top. You hear it? We're gonna freaking Taco Dana again? No, I'm not playing Taco Dana again. No, you don't hear it. What? And my game just crashed. Why is that happening? Why does my game keep crashing? Why do I have so many issues? I fix one issue and then another one pops up. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Wait, now, do you hear it now? It's not popping up, so I don't think so. Let me then just no, yeah. Okay. Remove that. Just make another one. Jazz. Hey, there we go. There we go. Alright, let me know how the levels are. Let me know if it's balanced, if I need to bring anything up, turn anything down. It'll be more so when I'm actually in a game, because then there'll be the game audio along with it as well. Alright, I'm also just going to check the stream quality right now. Yeah, no, still no blurriness. Should I turn off? Yeah, no, the blurriness and pixelation that's before are definitely not happening. Okay, do you guys think I should turn off Kashyyyk? Not Kashyyyk. Should I turn off like film effects, motion blur? Do you think that could be what's adding to it, or do you like the more cinematic experience like that? Because I have a friend who turns that stuff off immediately in every game. Not even a streamer, just like turns that stuff off immediately. Let's get the jungle. Like the cinematic experience. Okay. Keep those things on. Okay. Alright. Hey, I mean, if you guys don't see any issue with the gameplay footage right now, I mean, it's noticeably different, right, Jack, from yesterday, would you say? Not trying to lead you with that question, but like, answer honestly. But I think it genuinely looks better than last night. Normally turn all your graphics down except for Battlefront. Fair. Yeah, 100%? Okay, cool. So I need to be a director, so you're biased. No, I kind of am too with that. I prefer a more cinematic experience because of that as well. Oh, my character just disappeared. Alright. Alright, so once we get into, like, the thick of the gameplay, and you get to the gameplay, Then let me know how the levels are. I'll probably bring it again to cue you guys to let me know how the audio levels are, but now there's like actual gameplay going. I should probably talk at the same time. Me talking, game audio, and the jazz to see if there's yeah. Oh, okay. I was gonna start talking as I shot, but let's try it again. You can't hear it again. Okay, so I gotta bring it up. At all, okay. Oh, because the game audio is also really freaking loud. I apologize. That was like that all stream. Okay. Alright. If I'm shooting, I'm talking. How are the audio levels? I'm being shot at. I died. That's much better. Okay, cool. Thank you, I appreciate it, Jack. Am I going to film school? No, I am not currently in film school. Sounds good. Word. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Never noticed that the game I was so high. No, you're good. You're good. I didn't either. You're fine. Hey, I mean, as long as you guys were able to hear me, all good. No sweat. Alright, word. So I might just have to reset the jazz source each time. That's fine. It's a bit tedious, but it's worth it. The vibes are just different. Get out of here, sniper. Blasting music all day so your ears aren't working as they should. Fair enough. I've been there before. And how's like my actual audio? Like my voice audio. I was listening to some of the stream yesterday afterwards, and my mic sounds a lot crisper than usual, which is a good thing. So do you think it sounds the same as usual? Think it sounds crisper? Worse? Can you hear my keyboard and mouse clicks? Or is very nice. Thank you. Not to say that hearing keyboard and mouse clicks is bad or good. I'm just curious if you can hear it or not. Kind of shooting blindly here. Oh, I got an ARF trooper, and a commando trooper there. Can't hear your keyboard and mouse. Perfect. Well, that's the ideal scenario. I remember that. Remember back way early in the day, when I first started streaming, you could hear my controller. And I didn't even know. It was like that for a long time. I didn't even know. Glad that now, hopefully, seems like that's not the case. Because I personally find that a little annoying. Not when I'm like, just like, you know, playing with my bros and we're on a Discord call or something and I can hear their keyboard and mouse. Like, I'm not expecting my friends to have a freaking whole ass mic setup, right? But like, when I'm watching a streamer or a YouTuber or something and I can hear the clicking of their things, I don't know, just like, nothing against them. It's just something in my brain. I go, ew. And I click off. The good old days. The good old days indeed. Good old days indeed. It's very weird. Okay, this is also going to be some deep thoughts with the deep. It's weird to think that I'm nearing my 8-year anniversary on YouTube. I'm so curious what the version of me 8 years ago that started YouTube would think of me now. and where I'm at now, would he be pissed that I'm not making a living from YouTube like the plan was? And it's been almost 10 years? Because back then, I envisioned, oh, in 10 years, I definitely will be a living. You know, in 10 years, I'll still be super young. And, you know, I'm making a decent amount of living off of YouTube. It'll be great. You know, probably won't be a millionaire. But, it'll be consistent, decent income. I won't have to get a job. Whereas now, obviously, you know, I don't have a channel with 10,000 subscribers, which, me right now, I'm not upset about. I don't care. It's a thing that I say a lot. It's a quote that I saw. I don't know who said the quote, so I don't know. I can't give credit to the quote, but the quote was, don't be upset at the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do. And as soon as I heard that quote, it changed my entire perspective on everything. You may remember back in the day as well, right when Battlefront 2 was coming out, right? I was streaming Battlefront 2 every day after school. 3 hours a day at night, from 7 to 10. And I was getting no growth. I was like, what the hell? What's going on? Whereas, you know, the YouTuber, I think his name was like Paul John or something, was getting tons of viewers. And like a naive kid that I was complaining on stream, bro. That's so sad. Like, since it's me, I can say it. That's so sad and pathetic that I would complain and whine on stream about not getting freaking more viewers and subscribers and a different streamer was. It's so sad and pathetic. But regardless, point of the story. That's not the point of the story. I would do that. I think I read that quote or saw that quote about a year after or so, and it totally changed my perspective on the whole thing. When I saw that quote, I was like, you know what? Yeah. Like, what? Do I expect streaming for 3 hours a day, mid-quality streams, to garner thousands and thousands of subscribers? No. Like, that makes no sense. I'm not putting in a lot of work, so I shouldn't be expecting a lot of results. And that totally changed my outlook on everything, especially with YouTube. Anyway, long story long, I'm very curious because back then, when I started YouTube, I expected, hey, I want to be a YouTuber. That's what I want my career to be. Now, the goal is not to be a YouTuber. Although, I wouldn't hate getting a consistent income from YouTube and posting on YouTube semi-consistently and making some money from it. That'd be dope. Wouldn't mind that. But the end goal is not to just straight up be a YouTuber, you know, as my full-time job. But it's been 10 years, right? Yeah, it's been 8 years, you know, almost been 10 years, and I'm nowhere near what I thought I would, nor what I could. I also know and believe that if I did upload consistently, stream instantly, whatever, you know, posted consistently, whatever kind of content I decided, I would have a consistent income from YouTube. I know how to do YouTube. I know how to do YouTube. I know that I know how to grow a channel. But I choose to focus on other things and to not upload consistently on any channel. So obviously I'm not there, and that, like I said, that's totally okay. That's my choice. Me today, totally fine with that. No regrets, no second thoughts whatsoever. But I'm just curious what me 8 years ago would think if he was told back then when he started YouTube, hey, in 8 years, you're gonna have 5 channels, none of them will have more than 10,000 subscribers, only 2 of them will have more than 1,000 subscribers, and 1 of them will stay monetized. I'd be like, you're freaking crazy, dude. Ooh, excuse me. You're freaking crazy, dude. That's ridiculous. What? No way. That's the truth. Younger me would hate the current me in almost every way. See, I am the opposite. Younger me, in terms of just who I am as a person, younger me would be so happy for current day. Well, in certain ways. In some ways, would be very happy with me. In other ways, would be very disappointing to me. Because I'm no longer the jerk that I was back then, hanging out with people that said just crude and offensive and edgy stuff just for the sake of it, which caused me to also say crude and offensive and edgy stuff just for the sake of it. say things that I will regret for the rest of my life, but will never say again. He would be proud of me in that sense, for sure. He'd be disappointed in me in the sense, I think, that I still am not where I thought I would be almost 10 years down the line, if that makes sense. Everything happens for a reason. Fully agree. I am fully in agreement with that. And that is something I need to remind myself constantly when I feel like I am behind in what I want to do, when I feel like I could have done more. And that's a feeling I'll always have, I think, of I could have done more, I should have done more. And that's probably a thing a lot of us feel in regards to anything, work, our dreams, whatever. It's something I feel right now, it's something that I will feel for a while. But yeah, I do need to remind myself whenever I have those thoughts to just, hey, sure, you could have done more. But it doesn't mean you should have done more. That doesn't mean you were meant to do more at that time. Right? Do more now. Everything happens for a reason. And that is, I'm not going to divulge life stories, but that's no more near evident than a couple years ago. I had the best year of my life. Easily the best year of my life. Without a shadow of a doubt. And that year wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have met those people. That year would not have happened if, well, actually kind of if COVID, but also just if I hadn't made a choice that would have led to that. If I made a different choice, I never would have met those people, never would have been in that position, never would have had that year. I never would have those connections and friends and experiences that I do now. And it's crazy to think about that. And, you know, some people could argue, that's just the domino effect. That's just cause and effect. It doesn't mean everything happens for a reason. Hey, that's a valid perspective. But like I said yesterday, life's all about perspective, right? And I choose to have the perspective that everything happens for a reason. And that I was meant to have that year. I was meant to make that choice that would lead to having the best year of my life. It didn't just happen by chance. It happened because it was meant to. Anyway. Miles Morales, spread the word for Battlefront 3. Hells yeah, man. Spread the word. Get on Battlefront 3. Especially tomorrow, play Battlefront 3. I think people are really trying to rally as many people together to get on Battlefront 3 tomorrow specifically. But try to get on Battlefront 3 tomorrow. I'm going to maybe stream tomorrow, maybe not. I'm not going to promise that. I already streamed 2 days in a row. And put off a lot of work that I had to do 2 streams 2 days in a row. So I'm not promising a stream tomorrow. I might not. But yeah, I'm going to at least be on Battlefront for at least like 30 minutes an hour. That just might not be long enough to warrant a stream. But yeah, try to get on Battlefront. Spread the word. Spread the word. Try to get more people playing. Post about it. Comment about it. Let them know that there's an audience, that we want Battlefront 3. Is it going to amount to anything? Hey, probably not. Doesn't mean we can't try. It literally hurts nobody to try. We lose nothing by trying. All we gain is fun Battlefront experiences. So we only have stuff to gain from this. We have nothing to lose. Really overthink it crazy? I also overthink like crazy, and it's only gotten worse recently, and it's bad. I genuinely need to get tested for like ADHD, ADD, something like that, because I genuinely think I do have something like that. And I would probably be better off if I was medicated, like straight up. Not to self-diagnose myself. I know that is also an issue these days with the internet. People on TikTok, whatever, self-diagnose themselves with ADHD or autism or whatever, and it's like, dude, stop. Like, do not be doing this stuff for clicks. That's not okay. So I'm not trying to do that. I do just genuinely think I probably have ADHD. I have ADD, but I haven't taken meds in years. Curious, do you mind if I ask why? It's just something I've always been curious about. Mind if I ask why? Is it just because you just forgot and got out of the habit, or did it affect you in a negative way? And if so, may I ask what way did it negatively affect you, or did it affect you in a positive way and you just, you know, for one reason or another, haven't taken any? Scout Trooper. Jeez. I gotta get in there. Oh, maybe not. There's a lot of heroes in here. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead to that. Yeah, can't survive that. Alright. I'm just gonna go back to a heavy, honestly. Stopped and forgot to fill the script. I don't remember feeling much different on them, so... Gotcha. Fair enough. Yeah, part of me is like, and again, I know nothing about medication for anything with ADHD or any kind of neurodivergent. Is that the term? But part of me is like, ooh, if I'm medicated, then I'd be more productive. I wouldn't have issues of lack of productivity, and I wouldn't have this feeling of I should do more. Other part of me is like, oh, maybe I'm only so productive and get so much done because I'm not medicated, if that makes sense. If I do have anything wrong with me. Not that it's wrong. Anyway, whatever. Probably wouldn't take meds for it because I generally don't take meds unless I seriously need them. Fair enough. I want to go back to therapy, but I'm nervous about that. That's valid. I probably should too, if I'm being straight up with you. It would probably be a good idea for me to go to therapy. I just don't. See, the issue is, okay, this might also sound like stupid, but I've had friends tell me this as well, so I'm not the only one who thinks this. Low-key, I am so self-aware, right? It's not that I don't know what's wrong with me or what's making me feel bad or stressed or whatever. The issue is, I know what is wrong. I know what I have to do, but I think I might low-key am so overwhelmed by because I know what's wrong with me or what's stressing me out or whatever. Or I'm like, there's so many things going on in my head that I am fully aware of. I am self-aware of, oh, I'm going crazy over this girl and it's stupid. Oh my gosh, you know, like all that garbage. Oh, I'm stressed out because I didn't do work today, or I wasn't productive today, or I didn't work out today, blah, blah, blah. Like, and I also am self-aware enough to know the causes of, okay, this is why I still have this habit and can't break this habit. This is why this, that, whatever. So I'm so, like, I don't know if they would even help. Because I know what the causes are. I know what's wrong. I already talked about it with my friends. Like, what would talking about it with someone else do? But again, it probably couldn't hurt to at least try at least once. Give me a few million and all your problems are suddenly gone. See, you think that, and I'll say that too. Like, I'm not going to complain about a couple million, right? Game crashed again. Why does he keep doing that? Should I just reinstall Battlefront off stream, like tomorrow or something? Game crashed. Booting back up. No worries. So you think that, and I mean, financially, obviously, your problems are gone. But I don't know if automatically mental problems are gone. And when I say I don't know, I genuinely mean that. Obviously, I don't know. Probably a mod. It might be, but I haven't added a mod. Exactly, money comes to new problems, and a lot of problems and mental problems, at least the ones that I struggle with, have nothing to do with money. Absolutely, not saying like I'm well off or anything. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I mean, like, they're more like personal stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with money. Doesn't matter how much money I have, $0 or $1 billion. Those issues would still be there. You know. So yeah, that is a genuine I don't know. All right, let's see. Try to get Ewok Hunt. I'm sure this is gonna get a game because you see a bunch of Ewok Hunt memes. I say as you don't get a game. Damn, I really thought Ewok Hunt would be more popular. I had this delusional thought that I could turn 50K into at least 1 million in about 4 years. You know, it's not impossible. I know nothing about how economics works. Let me say that. But knowing you, I wouldn't count it out. A lot of celebrities will say you think the money and fame will solve everything, but the emptiness still finds its way in. That, I think, I'm curious, though, if it's more the fame than the wealth. I think just having your life on blast in public, I wonder if that's more the issue than the actual money itself. I mean, you know, like you said, more money does come with its own slew of problems, right? But, yeah, I feel like it'd be more the fame than anything. Look at this, guys. We're playing Ewok Hunt. Playing Ewok Hunt in 2025. I gotta find one of those boxes with the DLT 19 so I can get the constant flashlight. It's me, dog! Hollywood is evil anyway. Parts of it for sure. Some people are good, some people aren't. It is kind of, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I'm not in Hollywood, so I don't know the ins and outs. But from outside looking in, it kind of just seems like any other job. Just, it's just front and center in the public and media because of how public movies and shows and celebrities are. But, you know, the issues that are in Hollywood are issues that also happen in most jobs. They're just not publicized. They're not talked about in the news. Ed Sheeran did a really good talk about how Hollywood almost ruined him, but he went back to his hometown and now his life is great. Yeah, but also, I love Ed Sheeran. I'm a big Ed Sheeran fan. But also keep in mind, Ed Sheeran could afford to do that because he made a crap ton of money and could afford to go back home and not worry about being in Hollywood anymore. You know what I'm saying? What have we here? Yo, what's up, Big Mitchum? Chris, what's going on, guys? How's it going? Long time no talk. Hopefully y'all are doing well. This is so random, Big Mitchum. This is so random. I was, I don't know if you heard the game Marvel Rivals. I was playing Rivals a few weeks ago. And there was a there was a player on my team one game whose name was Big Mitchum 3. Low key, you might laugh at me. Low key, I thought Big Mitchum was like your name. Or like you guys' names. Or, you know, the channel name that you guys chose. I didn't realize it was like, it might be an actual dude or like a reference or something. That was pretty wild. Unless that was you. Unless that was one of you. There's no Big 3. I figured there wasn't. I figured it wasn't associated with you or one of you guys, but it was strange. I was like, oh my gosh, is that one of the Big Mitchums? Is there a third? Is it like Frankie Jonas? I was looking at chat. I was just running. Doing great. Oh, jeez. Enunciate, Dingus. Glad to hear it, Chris. Nice to see you guys. Nice to have you guys in here. Alright, I gotta remember what these do. Oh, those are so annoying! Okay, that's what Q is. E is... Okay, like the radar, sonic sense. Frankie Jonas. I mean, you know, the forgotten Jonas brother. I wasn't sure if Big 3 was the Frankie Jonas of the Big Mitchums. And then what? What is F? What does that do? There's a way to see, right? What's the button to see? Whatever. Doesn't matter. Oh, I don't need to do that. No fall damage, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, you might not know that about Ewoks. Ewoks canonically take no fall damage. Ignore any possible deaths that Ewoks have in Return of the Jedi due to falling. That actually is not canon. OMG, once I saw you live, I had to get into the live stream for a bit. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's great to see you. How's everything doing? How's everything been? Oh. I'm very upset I did not get the DLT 19 when I was still a Stormtrooper. Now I'm playing as an Ewok. It's no fun to play as an Ewok. Do we all agree with that? Ewok Hunt is very fun, but once you become an Ewok, it's not that great. Not as fun to play as an Ewok. Up the Jazz's Minecraft music for a second. I mean, you know, to be fair, it is like similar vibes. Certain Minecraft songs you just put on in the background and you just chill to. It gives you the same vibes. So, oh, we're dropping frames again. We are dropping frames again. Okay, we're back in the yellow. Is it going to come back to green like it did before? Comes back to green. Okay. I think we're back. Alright, I am just seeing why. Frames missed due to rendering lag. Skipped frames due to encoding. Okay, so the same thing. Okay. Let me... I can dock that in OBS, actually. Okay. We're back. It's good to know that it happens for like a second or two and then comes back at the very least. Obviously, in an ideal world, it happens never. But at the very least, it happens for a couple seconds. It's very interesting. Oh, we're dropping them again. Okay. Let me bring down my graphics to medium. Okay, there is definitely a jump in quality there. But again, it's not terrible. It's not unplayable. The game doesn't look bad. The game still looks pretty good. We're back. Again, it was only for a couple seconds. It's still like 0.4% of the stream. Alright, we're good. I apologize for the dropped frames there, for the lag. The actual gameplay quality might be slightly lower. I lowered my graphics to medium from high. Just to see if that would help. Big Mitchum Gaming, what's up, dog? What's up? Double Bix in the house. How's it going, guys? How you guys been? It's been a while. It has been a hot minute. Time machine back to 2017. Hell yeah. The good old days indeed. Alright. Played one Ewok hunt. Good enough for me. Gonna head back to Galactic Assault. I can say I played an Ewok hunt. Time's too scary, man. I don't like it. Real, dude. Genuinely real. Yeah, part of me is like, it's crazy that it's been 8 years, or, you know, this summer will be 8 years since then. HVV, I got you. I got you. Yeah, it's crazy to think this summer will be 8 years since that. The glorious summer of 2017. But also part of me is like, you know what, that makes sense. I feel a lot different. I feel 8 years older. I definitely am a different person than I was then. It's weird, yeah. No, time is a weird concept for sure. How's life been for you, Dingus? You know, ups and downs. Overall, can't complain. Hanging in there. It is what it is. I am notoriously bad at hero 1v1s. Okay, well then, Palpatine comes in, kind of ruins that 1v1. I was gonna lose anyway, so I guess I can't be too upset. But all right, we go. Oh, we go Queen. I forgot I had a Bo-Katan mod. We start up as Queen right here. How about you, Chris? How's life been? Wonder if they will be adding any new heroes soon. Oh man, I wish. I wish. No, I do want to. If I do end up streaming like semi-consistently, like well, that's. Oh, I'm still alive. You know, like once a week or once a month, whatever. I do want to download. There's a mod that adds like 60 new heroes and skins and maps and stuff to the game. It's an offline only or a Kyber servers only mod, but that does add a lot of heroes. If you could have any superpower, it would be time control. If you could have any superpower, it would be time control. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Yeah, I see the appeal of that. My go-to answer for that... Okay, this could be really nerdy. I've thought about this a lot. I mean, my go-to answer is like the Deadpool healing factor, right? But that's cheesy. That's cliche, you know. The real answer, you know, after that, the best superpower, and I stand by this, super speed. I stand by this. Because name any power. Literally name any other power. You can pretty much achieve it with super speed. Like, genuinely. Teleportation? No need. You just run really fast. super strength, if you run fast enough, you can lift enough stuff with a tornado. Fly, again, run fast. You can literally run on water, right? Like, Ray's pretty good. I stand by super speed. You got any bitches on the go yet, Dingus? No. No. Unfortunately not. Damn. Just a mod. I just have cosmetic mods for characters, so yeah. Cal for Luke, Bo-Katan for Leia, Rex for Finn, Bastila for Rey, Cody for Finn, Rex is Lando. And that's it for the good guys. The way I calculate if I'm doing good or not is if I have food on the table and roof over your head. If I have both of those, then you're good. I think that is a great way to look at life. Genuinely. I think if that's your mindset most of the time, you won't have an issue. I genuinely forgot like how to play Rey properly. Hey, I'm not last. I have no eliminations. I'm not last in score. I remember liking Yoda a lot and saying he was underrated. I think Green Lantern's power is underrated. Green Lantern power is also underrated. But Green Lantern, I don't necessarily... When I think, like, best power, I don't think... I don't think, like, best power, I don't think Green Lantern. Because that's like a ring. You know? He doesn't really have that power, per se. It's like saying best power is the Iron Man suit, in a way. Now, I like Green Lantern a lot more than Iron Man. But in my head, it's kind of similar. I love Green Lantern. I'm just glad to hear that things are going well for the most part. I still got been grinding away with college. Got your associate's degree last year. Nice, dude. Congrats. And you're 1 year away from getting your bachelor's degree. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. I was reading chat. Domestic also streaming? Good. Good. The more people streaming, the more viewers, the more engagement and content aligned for Battlefront. That is a great thing. Stream is lagging a bit. Okay. Gone now? Okay, did for you as well? Okay. Thank you for letting me know. And nothing popped up. I don't think... No, nothing popped up on mine on OBS, but something did just pop up on YouTube about it. What's your question? I did not. I answered it. I said no. Unfortunately, none right now. Yeah, my bit rate is going a little crazy. I wonder if that's it. I wonder if I change it to variable bit rate, that would help in the future. I mean, again, it only dropped frames for 0.4% of the stream, and it went right back to it. So this is progress for sure. But that doesn't mean there's always progress to be made. There's always improvements to be made. We'll be adding Nude Ray back to the game. And, you know, there are mods for that, crazily enough. For the freaks out there, like yourself. Going back to daily videos and streams? No, I just don't have time for that anymore. Damn. No. In an ideal world, maybe weekly at most, maybe monthly. It does kind of depend on just like where the hype is at for Battlefront and the excitement. You know, if there's not as much hype or attention or excitement, then it's not that I don't enjoy the streams. It's just kind of less, I guess, for lack of a better term, worth it with replacing time in like real life to do actual responsibilities for streaming. Right now, since this is like a big resurgence this weekend, I figured I can take a couple hours off yesterday, today, maybe tomorrow, depending on things, to focus on streaming. If it stays consistent or grows, then I might be more consistent with streams, but no, I don't think I'd ever go back to daily streams or videos unless I fully commit to doing YouTube, which I don't think I would do, at least for a little while. It's not impossible. There is a timeline where that happens, but it would also most likely be if and when a Battlefront 3 releases. Considering graduate school as well after undergrad, so we'll wait and see. Hey man, either way, we were just talking this earlier. You know, everything happens for a reason. At least I believe that. So, whatever decision you make is the right decision. And it was meant to be either way. But if you do, good luck. Good luck. Fortunately, they're going to have to remove Palpatine for a little while. Yeah, you know, Palpatine, he is just too hot. I could see how it would be a distraction. You have a job? Yeah, you know? It's not as intense as, say, like, a typical 9 to 5, but it also makes it, I guess, in a way, harder to stream because it's not set schedules. You guys remember Battlefront 2, laser guns and shit? Oh, I remember Battlefront 2. Remember Battlefront 2? Those were the good old days. I wish people still played, honestly. That'd be nice to hop on Battlefront 2 again. I'll never get tired of seeing a lot of lightsabers and different lightsaber colors all in one place. Never get tired of it. It's always the wrong decision to download the new raid mods. I think we can agree on that for sure. Agreed. Appreciate the reassurance, man. Of course, dude. Of course. Life is going to go one of 3 ways. 1, get accepted into an airline so they can train you to fly jets. Okay. 2, join the Royal Air Force in some capacity. 3, live broke, save money, and travel a ton. I mean, they all seem valid. They all definitely have their pros and cons for different reasons. Same thing. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday, Jack. Yes, same thing. Same thing with Chris. Whichever way your life goes is the way that it was meant to. I firmly believe that. And like I said, I still believe, and I try to remind myself this too. Like I try to preach or practice what I preach. I'm, again, obviously not perfect either with this, but like I also believe life's all about perspective. So whatever way it goes down, I think it's natural to have those thoughts of, oh, what if I went down this road instead, or what if this different thing happened? But, you know, perspective. If you choose, you could choose, and this is just a general you. Like, people, a lot of these days, people choose to look on the negative side of things and choose to complain, and because of that, they're unhappy. Like, if you choose to look for the negatives, you're gonna find the negatives. But what's reassuring, I think, is on the flip side, if you choose to look for the positives, you'll find the positives in life, whatever they may be. Again, practice what I preach. I'm having a hard time with that right now with certain things, but again, sometimes you gotta just remind yourself that. Gives a hint on what job works. So we can guess. No, I will not. No, I will not. Royal Air Force would be cool. Same with flying jets. Yeah, that does sound pretty cool. Option 4, become a Battlefront YouTuber. That too. That too. Although currently there's not much prospect in that. Could change. Could change. We're right on the fence right now. Stock could go up. But I wouldn't invest everything into becoming a Battlefront 2 YouTuber right now. First option is probably the safest, but I would rather fly fighter jets making way less money. Hey, that's fair. That is a both viewpoints are valid, you know? Some people will say I'd rather make less money but enjoy what I'm doing. I'd rather make more money, enjoy my work less, but then I enjoy the rest of my life more. Both viewpoints are valid. The same thing, both viewpoints have pros and cons. Do you work on the fry station at McDonald's? Be careful if you do that because the manager might be in a hurry and burn you with the fry basket. I say, you know what? Oh, you got me. You got me. That was me. Actually, I ended up burning people. I am indeed a manager at McDonald's. And I did burn one of my clients. Almost ended in a lawsuit. Ooh, it was bad, but, you know, escaped, thankfully. Refinance my home to buy a new Battlefront 2 gaming setup. Come on, baby. Hell yeah. As you should, right? As you should. Take that risk. You know, if it hits, if Battlefront 2 hits, if that stock goes up, then you hit. You hit right now. All right. Battlefront 2 is in penny stocks right now. So if it goes up even a little bit, you're set. I take it you like to gamble. Just a guess. Dingus is a gambling man. I dabble. I'm known to dabble. Put it all on black at the casino. There you go. But here's the thing. Put half on black, put half on red. You never lose. Yeah, I think I just figured out gambling, guys. I think I just cracked the code. You're prostituting yourself to buy a copy of Battlefront 2 so you can play. Hey, again, valid. Valid. I'm not one to shame people. Gotta do what you gotta do, man. I respect it. Respect the grind. Unless green hits, then you lose. Ah, that's fair, that's fair. Hey, I mean, at that point, split it 3 ways. Or, you and your buddies, right? You bring 3 buddies. Pick 1, pick 2, pick 3. Pick 1 goes on black, all on black. Pick 2, all on red. Pick 3, all on green. Then whoever wins, split it 3 ways. There you go. You just made your money back and then some. All this talk, Dingus works on Wall Street. As you know, I am indeed the McDonald's manager on Wall Street. Friend likes gambling with CSGO cases, so you joined him on your second case, you got a $500 knife. That's crazy. Then you stopped because, contrary to popular belief, I actually have a brain. Yeah, fair enough. Frankie Jonas or Frankie Doodle? Frankie, yeah, exactly. Frankie Jonas and Frankie Doodle, both of them. They're actually one person. You might not know. Leaked right now. They're one person. He thought changing his last name would hide it, but it in fact did not. Damn, we not respecting the 1v1? Crazy. Good. Twice the pride, double the fall. Damn, I died. Remember AWalsh? His videos are awesome. I do remember AWalsh. I do. Wow, I have not thought of that name in a while. Narwhal Dave. I remember Narwhal Dave. AWalsh, Narwhal Dave, Star Wars HQ. Battlefront updates. You just did a stream yesterday. Who else? I remember Nick Antilles. Jack Tesson, my boy. Yeah. I know who Big 3 is. Hey, I also know who Big 3 is. That is the big mystery of the Big Mitchum channel right now. Who is Big 3? Oh, it's 3v1. Okie dokie. I can get easily pushed off the map here. Jack Tesson is the GOAT. For sure. He does still make content. He does indeed. Good for him. Oh, I fell right when that happened. Oh, you gotta be kidding. Alright. Oh, the ragdoll physics. Holy crap. I do remember Sarek's clan. I do. I hope they're doing good. I hope they're doing good. They're all probably, what, graduating high school, early college now? Anarchy Wax Ninja. I do remember Anarchy Wax Ninja. It's commitment. That is commitment. I commend and respect Jack Tesson's commitment for sure. Love that guy. Gonna make content, but then I had 2 children said. That is... Hey, you did make content, bud. That is your content. That is your life content. Watch Battle 3 come out and Jack becomes a new Elliot. I hope so, dude. I would genuinely love to see that. I would love to see that. I wish nothing but good things to Jack. Yeah, I remember Anarchy Wax Ninja. I remember that too, because that was also back in the time, to go back what we were talking about before, Jack, about when I was the, you know, naive, whiny-ass kid who would whine on stream about not having as many viewers as someone else who has lower quality stuff. And I remember that being part of it too. There was one day where I got into the same game as Anarchy X Ninja, was doing better than him, and I was like, see? See, I am good at the game. Why am I not getting viewers? Remember Paul John? He probably still plays the new Brave. I was like, was it work? Maybe. Maybe. I didn't know Paul John the same way I conversed with you or Nick or Jack. Yeah, no, it is embarrassing. I'm not embarrassed about a lot of things in my life. I am genuinely embarrassed about those actions on stream, or me just practically crying about not getting views or as much viewers and stuff. Oh my gosh, ridiculous. When in actuality, what it was is that I was splitting my channel up between Fortnite, Rocket League, Star Wars stuff, Battlefront stuff. Like my channel turned into a variety channel. So of course it's going to grow less, because the people who subscribe for Fortnite are not going to watch anything else. People who subscribe and watch for Battlefront are not going to watch anything else. So of course it's going to stunt my views. But naive little me was like, why am I not getting views? It's so dumb. It's so dumb. In hindsight, I want to slap that kid, bro. Variety only works if you have like an insanely entertaining personality, which I do not. Already uploaded a new world record yesterday. Oh, word. Good for him. Good for him. Get back on that grind, Paul John. Do your thing. Actually, Dingus for Cyclops. I think that road has long since sailed, unfortunately. Long since sailed. Favorite Dingus brings content? Appreciate that, Bick. What was the most views I ever got in a video? The most views I ever got in a video is a now deleted video, because I cleared a lot of my old stuff just for my own mental sake. But it's still that video that right after Last Jedi came out. Snoke is alive. That's it. That's all it was called. Snoke is alive. Biggest clickbait ever. But that got over 100,000 views. That is still to this day the most views I've ever had on a video. Crazy. And I remember at the time. And again, this is also another thing of me being, oh my gosh, a naive kid. I didn't really understand clickbait back then. I didn't understand how just like stupid it is and how kind of scummy it is in a way. So I like defended it. And I was like, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, you gotta get people to click. Gotta get people to watch. You know, oh, hey, maybe more money than any other video I made. Hey, it's fine. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. And then I would continue to do that the following year or two with like DC content and making videos about any single DC rumor and leak possible. Specifically the ones that would get me views, like the Snyderverse stuff. And then eventually, luckily, I realized, I'm like, oh crap, this is actually kind of stupid. What am I doing here? And stopped. And did I get less views? Yes. Do I feel better about myself? Totally. Do I regret it? I don't regret changing. I regret the clickbait. I don't regret stopping clickbait. I did not ever finish KOTOR. I actually, funnily enough, just bought KOTOR 1 and 2 again on Steam because it was $250 each for May 4th, and I couldn't pass it up. So maybe I'll go back and finish it. Remember Quinn Knight, the clickbait king? Oh my gosh, I remember that. I hope he's doing well. You know, no ill will towards him. But yeah, his videos in clickbait were terrible. That would irk me so much. Oh, didn't want to clear selection.
That Jedi is skywalking over the competition.
Sorry for the mess.
Rebels. Let's give them a good thumping.
I think also, I remember like back in the day, or yeah, during like the early days of, or between the beta for Battlefront 2 and the actual release of Battlefront 2, I would title my stream something like, Battlefront 3 training, or training for Battlefront 3, or Battlefront 3, or no, sorry, not Battlefront 3, Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2 training, or Battlefront 2 in X-Men Days, but like it would cut off, so you would just see Battlefront 2 gameplay, or whatnot, at the start. And those were the streams that both, in different streams, but those are the streams that Battlefront updates and Star Wars HQ showed up. And I swear it's because they saw this and they're like, whoa, someone's playing Battlefront 2? This is clickbait. It's gotta be clickbait. And they probably tune in, saw Battlefront 1, Battlefront 2015, and at first we're kind of pissed, but then they heard my voice, and they're like, oh, he's just a kid. I can't be mad at him. Let's be nice and type something and then leave, which is what they did. And fair enough. That will forever be so cool to me that Battlefront updates and Star Wars HQ were both in my streams at one point. That will always be so cool to me. KOTOR is still one of the best games I ever played. I'm not into Star Wars at all anymore. That is fair. I'm sure the story is great. I remember when I played it back in the day, I hated the actual turn-based gameplay. Because I would just miss multiple times in a row. Now, I fear it might have been because I was using weapons that my character was not proficient in. I don't know if that's even a thing in KOTOR. I play a lot of Baldur's Gate now, and that's a thing in Baldur's Gate. And Baldur's Gate, I mean, it's not a one-to-one comparison, but, you know, a similar sort of turn-based gameplay. So part of me is like, oh, was I just stupid and using the wrong weapon for the class that I chose? That's totally possible. Sudog's video, A Tale of Two Friends, is the best Battlefront video ever. I don't think I've seen that one, actually. There we go, I got a kill! I'm better! I'm actually currently selling your Funko collection, which kind of hurt your soul, but there you gotta go. Fair enough. Fair enough. I've stopped buying as much as I used to, although there are certain franchises and certain characters that I still do get because I can't control myself sometimes. Stream titles. Streaming once to 2 viewers and Star Wars HQ came in. That's awesome. That's so cool. Seeing those bigger YouTubers like that support small streamers is great to see. That's the one thing that pissed me off about some streamers. Specifically streamers that average maybe like 20, 50, 100 viewers a stream. They would come off, at least to me, someone who streamed and has had streams with those many viewers at certain points, they would come off as incredibly ungrateful to the people and would not even bother trying to read chat. Or at least would like read like one chat every 10 minutes. And I'm like, I understand that it's difficult and near impossible when you have those amount of viewers and constant chat to answer every single chat. But you can try as hard as you can. Because I know, because I whenever I would have streams with that many amount of people in it, I know I wouldn't get to every single comment and chat, but I would get to a lot of them because I actually put in an effort and was grateful. And the people who didn't, it ticked me off. It irked me. But it's cool to see something like Star Wars HQ. Obviously, doesn't feel that way because he would come into small streams and support small streams. Just do a live reaction. You haven't seen that? Look at that show. It's incredible. Do a live reaction. I don't know about live reaction. One day I streamed the Dooku update and had 200 plus viewers, and the chat was ridiculous. It's impossible to read. Oh yeah, no, it's totally impossible to read. Like there is a point where it is impossible to read, and you can only choose one chat every few minutes because it's just going so fast. But when you have like 50 viewers, 25, 30 viewers, etc., you know, like somewhere in that range, anything less than 100 pretty much, as long as you give it a little bit of effort. Again, you probably won't get to all of them, but you can at least get to most, and you can at least get to one from everybody. Like, if you make a conscious effort to not double up, or at least, you know, if you see 2 chats back to back, and one's from someone that you already answered, and another one's from someone you haven't, if you give a little bit of an effort, mental effort, yeah, like, you know, you're able to. 200 plus is a lot. I had like 1.6k, I think was my max on a San Diego Comic-Con stream, and yeah, that's impossible. That is absolutely impossible. There are definitely moments like that. Remember, you had a Fortnite stream with 1k views, and you were reading every message. I tried. I was trying. I think for Fortnite it was 100. I don't think I ever hit 1k on streams that weren't for Comic-Con. Never forget the Fortnite stream where Dingus, K-Fish, and Brogers recreated the Battle of Normandy at Loot Lake. Still to this day, one of my favorite videos I've ever made. Still to this day. I guess it wasn't really a video I made. It was just a clip from a stream, but... And it's really them doing all the heavy lifting of the comedy, but, you know. Still to this day. Alright, we're gonna head back to some Galactic Assault. Yeah, I think it was closer to 100, but still, I mean, that's still a lot. And yeah, I was trying to get to as many as I could. Because I know you can. Like... I think people see big number, they see chat going fast, and they think, oh, they won't know. They won't know better. I can just slack off. I don't have to give an effort, you know? The Dingus diss track. Alright, here's the thing with that, right? Here's the thing with that. I did not ask for that. They did that. They were like, they said, you know, can I make this track? I said yes, not knowing what it would be. There's just a lot of language used in the diss track that I don't condone of. I don't approve of. I don't associate with. That being said, low-key impressive diss track for how old we were at the time. Low-key impressive. Pretty funny. Don't condone a lot of language using it, though. Those are your friends' live reaction? Nah, I only got a couple games left, honestly, for the night. And I kind of just want to play it out. Karaoke stream? Karaoke stream was fire. Karaoke stream was fire. Gotta own it? Oh, no. I definitely don't own it. Because, like I said, there was some offensive language used in that diss track that like I said earlier, at the time, being someone who was, like, you know, a naive kid who wanted approval and validation from people, you know, didn't think twice, like, oh, it's edgy, it's humor, I don't mean it, blah, blah, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Now, I know better, thankfully. I don't condone it. I don't condone it. Karaoke stream, though? I believe there's only one karaoke stream. I think I only ever did one karaoke stream. It was for 1,000 subscribers on the main Dingus Bringus channel. And I never did another one. Because I knew better. It was a good time, though. It was a good time. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know, that was just lag, obviously. That was just lag. It's because I wasn't... It's actually because I wasn't the heavy class. You know, like... The game was against me. The game was out to get me. It is weird. You know what's actually kind of crazy and low-key kind of cool? Because I don't have all my old streams saved. A lot of the streams got deleted. I downloaded a couple. I ended up deleting a lot of them because that whole, net something back, like, in 2018, 2019, whatever. Net neutrality. Back when the whole net neutrality scare happened, I was like, because, you know, as we established before, I overthink a lot, so I was really paranoid about the whole net neutrality thing and legality, so I deleted all of my streams, and I only had the storage space for a handful. But even in those streams, and I have all my videos still. I have all the old videos. And in those early videos, those early streams, I sound a lot different. Not in, like, tone of voice, although I'm sure my voice sounds slightly different just tonally. But just, like, the confidence or lack of self-restraint, I guess, for lack of a better term, in those streams, like, I was very, even though I didn't feel it at the time, I was very, like, still, like, alright, yeah, Battlefront, alright, guys, yeah, we're gonna play, especially my first ever video, my first ever YouTube video, on Injustice 2 Mobile, and again, I didn't feel this way when I recorded it. I was very, like, close in the mic, like, okay, guys, we're playing Injustice 2 today, mobile, this is my first ever YouTube video, so, let me know your thoughts. I didn't feel that way when I recorded it, but that is how it is. And even early streams, I was a little more soft, a little more whatever. And I think that comes across very much so in the streams with K-Fish and Brogers and whatnot, because not taking aside whether, not to say they're good or bad or anything, it's just the fact of the matter. they would say a lot of stuff that I didn't want them to say, nor do I approve of them saying or condone them saying, especially now. But I didn't have a backbone. And I was kind of just like, yeah, guys, don't do that, please. Like, I kind of don't... Oh, they said... Okay. Anyway. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, now it's like, you know... Now it's a whole different story. If Battlefront 2 didn't flop, it would have all been famous. There definitely would be a higher chance of success, for sure. Wish the Dingus Ditch Track was still on YouTube. Oh, I'm glad it's not. I'm glad, like I said, I do not want to be associated with that at all. Again, there is just language used in that video that should not have been used at all. We have access to those streams, Dingo. Hey, fair enough. Says a DICE developer has said not to expect Battlefront 3 anytime soon. I mean, that's valid. Either way, like I said earlier, either way, even if this whole Battlefront resurgence makes them rethink and greenlight a Battlefront 3, it's still going to be like 3 to 4 years until it releases. So, I mean, yeah, regardless, they're not wrong. But that being said, I don't think this weekend, this resurgence is going to do anything to get them to greenlight a Battlefront 3, unfortunately. I wish that weren't the case. I still hope that it does. I'm hoping there's a Battlefront 3, of course, obviously, but I'm not holding my breath. But yeah, even either way, we're not gonna know about it for a few years. If this weekend works, we're not gonna know about it for a few years, regardless. Actually become less talkative and more shy on camera, but I'm a more confident person, which is strange to think about. Interesting. This is more than I talk now. It's helped a lot in life. Oh, that is great. I know I need to do that. I feel like I get to go back to the whole ADHD talk. I feel like it's the ADHD in me where every time I hear, like, every time someone is talking and they say something that reminds me of this or something I connect to or reminds me of a similar shared experience, I want to butt in and be like, oh my gosh, yeah, no, I get that because of this, and this. When in reality, like, I'm not trying to, like, take over the conversation, overshine. I literally just am like, oh my gosh, that reminds me of this similar shared experience that I have, and that's, I try to, you know, that's me trying to, like, connect and say, I understand. When in reality, I should kind of just be, you know, I probably should just stay silent more than I do. Kind of language, just like edgy stuff that had no reason to be edgy. Like, it was edgy just for the sake of being edgy and just for the sake of being cool. I'm like, oh my gosh, we said this offensive thing. Aren't we so funny? You know? I'm not streaming on Twitch now, just YouTube. I'm a believer that there's no limit to comedy, so I condone it even though I badly remember what it said. Oh, well, okay. I don't disagree with you with the comedy thing, but it's all about if it's in good taste or not, you know? And if there's a reason behind it. Like, this is not what was said in the video. So this is not an example of what was said in the video, but it's more just an example that I feel like a better example to give. Like, a white dude shouldn't just go on a comedy stage and just start saying the N-word over and over again. But to be like, but it's comedy, you know, no limits. There shouldn't be any limits to comedy. No, not that. And it was kind of like that. There was absolutely no reason for that language and those words and terms to be used. It wasn't necessarily adding anything to the diss track. The diss track would have been just as funny and effective without that language. And again, I'm not trying to, like, poo-poo on and crap on Broges and K-Fish. Like, they're good people. I still talk to them now and again, just like to catch up, say, hey, how you doing? You know, like, I know you're joking. I know you're joking. But I'm just saying, just putting it out there to cover my own ass a little bit. But I don't disagree in the sense that I think there are certain moments with comedy these days that people do get offended quite quickly. But then again, yeah, there are other people who do use it just as an excuse to say stuff. So there's like a gray area, like a line to walk. I don't have a Tinder account. I don't believe in dating apps or anything of that such. I think if you're not, and I know this sounds kind of judgy. I understand everyone's different. I have incredible social anxiety, so I'm gonna preface and say that up front. But if you aren't able to go out and meet someone in person and talk to someone in person, then you probably shouldn't be dating or hooking up with people. You got more you need to focus on and work on. And I say that as someone who, yeah, probably isn't ready to approach people in person. I'm not trying to judge anyone or anything. I'm not saying, like, if you use Tinder or Bumble or Hinge or any of these dating apps, then you're, like, you know, whatever, but that's just my thought. Hot take, perhaps. Continue to find girls who like Star Wars. See, and that's the one reason why I would even consider doing dating apps. Literally, I'm not even kidding. I was having this discussion with my friend a couple months ago, and because he goes in there sometimes just for like shits and giggles, and it came up conversation, and I was like, low key, maybe I do download dating apps to find a one. And bro was like, yeah, dude, you'd be surprised by how many women in their profiles mention Star Wars. I'd be like, really? I can't really comprehend being offended about a joke. I can, and I can't. You know, it's kind of a thing where, like I said, it's kind of a gray area, because comedy and art is just so subjective, right? I think where I draw the line is, like I said, if someone is saying something offensive or edgy just for the sake of it, and using comedy and that form of media and art as an excuse to say that edgy stuff, you know what I'm saying? If there's no actual art behind it. But that being said, you know, there are comedians that make jokes that I don't find funny or make fun of, you know, me or people or whatever that I associate with, that I don't, you know, I wouldn't make those jokes. I don't find them funny. But I also am not like, hey, cancel this dude for making a religious joke. And I'm, you know, I love Ricky Gervais. Cancel Ricky Gervais for making a joke about Christianity, you know, as a Christian. Like, I hate you, Ricky Gervais. Like no, it's comedy. He's entitled. He's not necessarily saying screw all Christians for believing that. No, he's just making a joke because he's a comedian. That's the best example I can give. But I can't, off the top of my head, I can't think of an example of someone saying something edgy just for the sake of it, or, you know, saying a slur or something offensive just for the sake of it as comedy, but I know what happens. I just can't think of one on the top of my head. That's the time. That's where I'm like, okay. Or it's obvious also, like sometimes people will say those things in comedy, but then play, hey, I don't mean it. It's just a joke. But then it's also clear, no, they do kind of mean what they're saying. But they're just, again, using the comedic platform as a way to say their hateful beliefs with the quote-unquote cover of, it's just comedy, bro. That's kind of where. But that's not everybody. You know, that's not all dark humor comedians. Find shits and giggles, Netflix and chill. Not even that. Just, I think, yeah, literally just for shits and giggles. Save yourself for Princess Padme. As you should. As you should, King. Don't settle. Imagine explaining dating apps to someone 150 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, imagine explaining anything about modern day to someone 150 years ago. You're going to play as Christian? Yeah. I use that example because it's also, obviously, a community and topic that I'm very close to because I'm in it and have strong viewpoints about, because I think certain Christians take things way too far and take things way too personal and are very hypocritical in a lot of sense. But let's not get into that, because that gets into politics and religion, and that's not what we're here for. That is, yeah, size of the conversation. And Circular Base, probably the best sequel trilogy map in this game. Hot take, perhaps? Maybe I just like snow maps and snowy environments. As a True made a video 8 hours ago. Word. You know, it's so cool. Maybe Battlefront 3 is coming. That'd be so dope, bro. Like, it's, again, like I said earlier, even if Battlefront 3 doesn't come out of this, it's just so nice to have a weekend, a moment where the Battlefront community is back, at least for a couple days. And the resurgence is here, and the feeling, it's just a good feeling. You know, like I said, we have nothing to lose with this. We have everything to gain. At the very least, we gain a fun weekend of nostalgia and playing Battlefront again, an active Battlefront, and kind of feeling like the community's back, like the good old days are back, just for a couple days. There's literally nothing to lose. What are they gonna do? See this and say, oh, they enjoy the game, they want to spend money, let's never make one. Like, no. The worst that happens is they see this, they go, we see what's going on, but they're just still not enough data to back up that we make a profit from this, so monetarily, business-wise, we can't do it. And while that'd be incredibly disappointing, I get it. Like, I can't argue with that logic. Remember those stupid vehicles in this level? I don't, actually. There's nothing to lose when you're having fun. It's a good point, except for virginity. That's also a good point. No lies were told. I think the only thing that hasn't changed about you is you still stay up until 3 a.m. impossible. I try to avoid that when possible. I definitely... Well, I've been having nights where I go to sleep around, 12:30, 1 o'clock. Like last night when I watched 5 episodes of How I Met Your Mother in one night. But I do try to go to sleep as early as possible. 3 a.m. right now for you, that's why I came to head. Go to sleep, dog. These streams, I appreciate you tuning in. You can go to bed. I mean, to be fair, I'm probably done in like 10 minutes anyway, or after this game. Depending if this game lasts that long. Because I also still haven't had dinner yet. Sometimes just sit in bed for hours with no phone. That is crazy, and I respect it. My issue, and I regret this so much. About a year ago, a little over a year ago, like January of last year, I started watching Instagram Reels for the first time. And I immediately got hooked and addicted. And at first, I was like, no, it's good. It's distracting me from my stresses. It's making me feel better about being alone. Like, all that bullshit. And then now, a year and a half later, I can't go to bed without spending at least an hour scrolling Reels, if not more, and it's terrible. It has affected me in so many ways, not just sleeping, but also attention span-wise, anxiety-wise, like, it's... oh my gosh, I can go on for hours about current social media addictions and how terrible it is, and how much I hate it, and oh my gosh, but this is not the place for that. That's called sleeping. He's got you there. It's kind of overkill. It's kind of mean. Damn! Free TikTok with music. That is great. I wish that was the case. See, I've been listening. I just always listen to music, pretty much regardless, so that wasn't really an option for me, I guess, at that time. I only listen to music when I can actually listen to it, if that makes sense. I do. That does make sense. I really respect that. Yeah, exactly. You don't put it on the background. I respect that. I don't know if I could do that. And I wonder, I genuinely wonder if that is either because I have now conditioned myself to pretty much always have music on in the background, or is it because I'm avoiding being alone with my thoughts when, you know, from overthinking and everything? Am I trying to limit the amount of overthinking I do during the day? Or is it a thing of an possible undiagnosed ADHD? Curious. No loser that has only 48 friends on Facebook. Ugh. Yeah, imagine. Literally the exact same way, Dingo. Interesting. So how did you break that habit, necessarily? I don't know if that's the right term to use. Compulsion? Like, what? You just worked on it. What? Not perfect, but it's better for sure. That's always good. Progress is better than no progress. What caused you to go, hey, maybe I should only listen to music when I can actually listen to it? Like, what caused that? Alright, this Lando is pissing me off. Thank you. Alright, we haven't used Vader yet today. We're gonna play some Vader.
Your destiny lies with me. No mistakes. Follow me.
McMitcham might have to do a revival out of respect for the Dingus Bringus comeback. Hey, go for it. I mean, I don't know if I'd call it a comeback. It might, today literally might be my last stream for a while. Maybe I'll stream tomorrow, and that might be the last stream for a while. Who knows? I don't know if I call it a comeback just yet. No, I know my habits. I know me. I know my history. In all likelihood, today's the last stream for another year. A music that I could relate to, and when I listen to the lyrics, it's just a different kind of feeling compared to just listening to a song I like. Interesting. That's so interesting. That is definitely, that's very interesting to me. Because, take a shot every time I say interesting. No, but seriously, because there are a lot of songs that I find that same connection with, and relate to the lyrics and the feeling. But I think that makes me want to constantly have it on in the background even more. You know? This Lando is still here? Oh, I'm lagging. That was weird. Love the Road 2 in the title. I missed those days. Remember the Emperor's Watch? The Emperor's Watch. Oh, I do know the Emperor. Yes, yes, I do remember the Emperor's Watch. I also love the Road 2 in the title. I forgot why I did it in the first place. I genuinely forgot why I started doing that. Oh, we're dropping frames. We're lagging. Oh, skyrocketed there. That's so interesting. Okay, it's in the yellow. Now it's in the green again. All right, we're back. How are we doing? We're still good? We're here? You guys can hear me? All right, I think we're good. But yeah, like I was saying, I also like the Road 2. I forgot why I started doing that in the first place. But then people just started saying, hey, I like that you have that. It was a combination of people saying, hey, I like that you have that, because it makes makes people feel like they're not just. Funnily enough, it makes people feel like they're not just a number, even though technically I would up the title every time someone subscribed, making them a number. But I think the sentiment was that every subscriber felt like they mattered and was seen. So is that, and also I found it also just from a quote unquote YouTube business standpoint, I found that it helped people subscribe more because like, oh, he's only one away from his goal. I'll subscribe. A bit of both, but I totally forgot why I did it in the first place, honestly. You know, part of me is like, maybe I was doing it to be funny. Because, you know, you always see those titles with Road to 1,000, Road to 5K, Road to 10K, you know, like all those, the bigger, more even numbers. And part of me might have been like, yo, I kind of want to low-key make fun of that, or like become a satire of that in a way. So let's put like Road to 3. Let's put Road to 162. Like totally just, you know, whatever number it was at the time.
We're
And then it kind of just caught on and became the staple thing to put in the title. Have your cat to subscribe? Well, thank your cat for me. I appreciate that. Are we just rubber banding from the game? Could be. 450 now? Hell yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Your cat would have never subscribed if I didn't have that in the title. I don't think I just... I don't know, I think I just enjoy sitting and listening, seriously listening to it. Hey, that's fair enough. I totally respect that. I do have to change that. I just changed the title to Road to 451. And thank you so much, Cat of Big Mitchum Gaming.
Allied reinforcements landing. One of our best just arrived.
Also had some hella traumatic stuff happen to you, so maybe that plays into it too. I hope that doesn't come across as BS. No, not at all. Not at all. No, I know you, Jack, so I know that that isn't you, like, victim blaming mentality. And I wouldn't assume that regardless of someone I wouldn't know, or, you know, just show up and stream, say that they're just saying that to be a victim mentality. But no, I know you. I know it's not. I'm sorry you've gone through some traumatic stuff, and I'm glad that it seems like that hopefully it's helping you work through it.
Impossible.
And on that note, that'll be it for tonight's stream. Thank you so much, guys. Everybody tuned in, subscribed. So great talking to everyone again. Jack, the Bix, Chris, Cooper, everybody. I really appreciate it all, guys. So, yeah. Maybe I stream tomorrow. Probably not, the more I think about it, just because of work that I have to do that I didn't do today. And yesterday. But, there's a chance. There's a chance that I do a stream tomorrow. But if not, thank you everybody for tuning in and still sticking around. Hopefully I'll do some more streams again relatively soon in the future. But if not, I hope you all stay safe. I hope you all stay happy. Remember to be kind to people. Remember everything happens for a reason. And remember to be curious, don't be judgmental, and all that stupid garbage. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Stay safe. I'll see you next time.